All your McDonald's. Hey.
But I'm just getting started. My morning here, guys. We're live. Welcome back for anybody who's been here through the week. We're coming to the end of the week now. Last session of the week here, guys. I'm going to do a withdraw real quick before I forget. Show you guys how this works. I like to do mine in Bitcoin. I gotta put the address here, so what I'm gonna do is do that on a different screen. I don't want to show you guys my address and in the week off, but I'll show you guys how fast they are. So where is that? Copy address, continue. All right, there we go. There we go. Real quick. I'm leaving like $500 in my account for today. Maybe it's gold sells. We'll talk about it, but I want to do this quick before I forget. It's been a good week. The goal in trading is to always pay yourself. So I made like 7 G's this week, and I'm withdrawing. Well, I have still like money in the account, but I'm withdrawing 12,800. I have over 13,000. Now me, I like to do stuff. You might see more withdrawals. I was using the bonus account. You can get 50% deposit bonus, like a credit account. If you guys remember last week, I withdrew 17,800. So I just did that. We'll see how fast it hits. It might hit while I'm on the session here. Maybe in like 30-40 minutes. But that's how you literally do a quick withdrawal. But the goal in trading, just like that, no matter what the amount is, like I like to, right now I'm at the kind of period where I like to just start with like 5 to 7K, 8K, 10K accounts, flip them for the week. Like if you like, some weeks I'll do bigger, some weeks I'll do smaller. But it's just, the goal is to pay myself. If I take 5K to 8K, I'll pay myself. If I take 5K to 10K, I'll pay myself. If I take, this week was like 6K to 13K, I'm paying myself, right? The goal is, so there you go, you see withdraw, just left my account too. On Forex here. Dope. This month, almost 20, about 20K on this month. And that was just a part of that withdrawal. You see, I'll show you. Let me turn the bigger camera on. Bigger camera. Just left the account. I'll click on the month. It's a real account. Month's up 19K. Honestly, I could be up probably like 40K if I held a couple trades longer. Like just like maybe like 3 trades till some TPs. Looking at some of these entries even. Yeah, 2740, 2731, 2725. Yeah, looking at some of these entries even. probably would have been like 30, but it's a good month. The goal at the end of the day, like, is to just consistently pay yourself, not aim for like, I gotta make this amount. If you just follow your setups, follow your plan, you'll make profit. You got to be disciplined though. If you come on these sessions, you might see sometimes I might be hard. Like I might seem like I'm a hard guy sometimes. That's just the discipline, right? That's just me being defensive at times. But like we said this week, if you've been on since Monday, if anybody has been on since Monday, I don't know where to get, I can find that, but yeah, I've been using it for over a year. And when it comes to like quick deposits, quick withdrawals, like with crypto, because I usually deposit with Ethereum, withdraw with Bitcoin. So all I'm going to do now is convert it back to Ethereum and leave a little bit of Bitcoin. Since I'm in profit, I'm going to get my Ethereum balance back because I deposited with Ethereum. I'm withdrawing with Bitcoin. So now my plan is, okay, the Bitcoin balance is going to go up, but I got to convert back to the Ethereum too. So I got some plays I can make today, to be honest, because of this. Got some good plays I can make. Altcoins, maybe meme coins. Something's coming. I think there's a big pump coming. Yeah, like I can do 100%, 200% in a week, but I gotta be willing to risk what's kind of not. I don't want to say willing to risk what's all in my account, but I gotta be aggressive. Like, it's about that first trade. What are some of the top gainers today? Jasmy, 13%, 24 hours. Jasmy, top gainer today. And like the top 100. I like to look at the top 100 coins mainly. Jasmy, top gainer today. When Ethereum moves, Jasmy will move too. Like, or when Bitcoin makes a new all-time high. I think February, March, Jasmy will move. You see, it's a top gainer today. It can move a lot in a day. It can have 20, 30% days when it really moves. I think February, March, you'll see Jasmy move. And like coins like Jupiter, that'll move in March, February, March. Ondo's moving. Pay attention to Ondo because there's a lot of noise with BlackRock and Ondo. I picked up a little bit of Ondo. It's kind of at the lower end of my portfolio because it's newer for me. But there's a lot of like talk with BlackRock and Ondo. You know, a lot of news and research you can do with that coin on the behind the scenes as well. Go on Twitter, look up Ondo. Maybe something that might interest you if you do some research and see. I've done my own, and we can talk about some maybe next week when we do like crypto sessions at the night. But talks about some crypto here today because crypto's about to be something you'll want to pay, especially if you're a holder already. Like, some of you guys might be new into crypto, but some of us have been holding for the last year, the last 2 years, the last 6 months, 8 months, whatever. I've been holding for the last 10 years. How many of you guys have been holding crypto for over a year? Maybe like let me know if you've been 6 months, a year, 2 years, 4 years. Maybe you're new. A lot of people are probably about to get into crypto because when you look at Google searches, how to buy crypto has come to an all-time high. How to buy crypto Google searches just hit an all-time high, so it looks like retail is coming back. How to buy crypto. So February, March looking good. A lot of news we went over. Like, I'm not going to cover all the news we went over. If you've been on the sessions, there's a lot of news we went over on every stream. There's a couple things I want to highlight today because the weekend's coming and it's an important weekend for Solana, for Ethereum, for Bitcoin. It's an important weekend coming up, so there are some crypto things I do want to cover on this session that we can talk about because this weekend we got some news this weekend. And BlackRock has been buying. BlackRock, we could say they have been buying. They are not stopping, and maybe there's another buy coming. Yep, there we go again. Yesterday again, another buy by BlackRock yesterday. BlackRock, which is the biggest ETF, they're the one on the left right here. See where it says BlackRock? Then you got Fidelity, Bitwise, ARK, Invesco, Franklin. These are all different ETFs. An ETF is electronic traded fund, which it's basically investing in shares towards an asset. You're not actually buying the Bitcoin yourself, but BlackRock is buying. This is like, if we look at the last 3 days, guys, before this weekend, before, you know, they did this in the week of Trump inauguration, and before this weekend, it's interesting. Before this weekend, there's some big news. We're about to go over it in a little bit. Big news coming this weekend. Hopefully, it goes our way. We're going to talk about gold. Like I've been saying all week, you want to be patient on gold when it talks about sells. And there's a big reason why that happened yesterday. Look at BlackRock. Last 3 days, 661 million, 344 million, 154 million, and then you can even see the week before that. What's interesting is see the red numbers. Red numbers mean something called outflow, so coming out. Because the fund overall holds an amount of Bitcoin. So when you see a red number, that means that amount of, or that amount of Bitcoin and US dollars came out. Look at that. Imagine having that much Bitcoin. So what's interesting, guys, is what I've been looking at is where they were selling and where they've been buying in comparison. So let's take just the drawings off for a minute. Hide everything just for a minute so it's clear. Hide all. It's like I'm new. Been using this thing for 10 years. So what's interesting is I've been looking and we can see January 7th, January 8th, between multiple ETFs actually. If you look, more than just BlackRock, but BlackRock, you can even see on the 7th there was a buy, like the 6th and the 7th. So pay attention to those dates and the fact that they're buying there, and maybe look at the amounts. And then let's go to the chart and kind of see these dates, because you got January 6th, January 7th, January 8th, like some of these red numbers coming out. So January 6th to January 14th, we could see outflows on Bitcoin. Let's mark January 6th up here, right, to 14th down here. Or was it 13, right? I think it was 13th. Yeah, till the 14th, 13th, 14th. January 6th, there was a buy. And January 7th, there was a buy before the outflows. The outflows were really January 7th and 8th. If we mark that, let's just take all the drawings off so this doesn't get in my way. It's just annoying me. So remember, January 6th, there was buys. Like, there was buys happening January 6th. But then there was outflows happening from the 7th all the way down to here, the 13th and the 14th. So through here, if you study, if you take a good amount of time, I'm just showing you guys quickly, there was outflows happening in between here with the Bitcoin, right? And then we can see inflows happening again, January 15th, January 16th, January 17th, January last 3 days even. January 15th, 16th, 17th. That starts to go up here. January 15th, 16th, 17th. Or that's the 18th. January 16th, 17th, 18th. That starts to happen in here and in the last couple of days versus the price down here. So think about it. They literally sold and bought back at a higher price. This is like you could see it. Like I could see this by just kind of looking at the numbers quickly, looking at the dates, looking at the amounts. Some of them didn't do much activity. You have your bigger ones. It looks like, you know, the ones that are the most, I guess, frequent are the first four, right? And then Grayscale. Grayscale is just always outflow, usually, more so. But it's interesting when you look at some of these over here. It's like FOMO. You know, have you ever gotten FOMO before in a crypto coin? You can see that with ETFs. You can see FOMO happening on an institutional level. And then you got Michael Saylor just forever going to be buying the top. On yesterday, so if you want to do some research maybe, and I don't know, I told you guys last night, watch this. Larry Fink's supposing if everybody adopted 2 to 5% allocation in Bitcoin, you could see it at $700,000. We're going to talk about gold in a minute because it's still like bullish. The trend hasn't broken. One thing about gold and sells, like yesterday, I mentioned something in the chat yesterday in the morning because Donald Trump had a speech yesterday. Maybe I can find it. I might be scrolling a little bit too far back here. If you go in the community Discord, Donald Trump was speaking yesterday, and I had mentioned a few things about that. As I was watching that speech, and I said last night too, I talked about this last night when we were on, but this was in the morning, 15 minutes after he was speaking. If you watched, maybe most of you guys probably didn't watch that speech. That's why I'm here. Literally told you guys about this. He said oil prices need to go down. That's the only way the war will stop. If oil prices were down, we would have been able to end the war. With the way oil prices are right now, the war can keep going on. That's a bullish indicator for gold, right? Because he said prices should have been down before I came into presidency. With the way oil prices are right now, the war will most likely continue. So I wrote at 11:15 in the morning yesterday, that could be a bullish indicator for gold, right? What did gold do? Rock it up all day until now. So it's even from my experience, things like this, you might come on here and be like, what's the trade? What's the trade? What's the trade? But sometimes you got to gauge things out and know maybe certain conditions. There can be a lot of political weeks we've been seeing this month, a lot of political weeks, a lot of fundamental weeks. Sometimes you got to take things slower, keep your foot on the brakes, right? In trading, slow is fast. That's what you got to know. In trading, slow is fast. And in this day and age, we live in the really microwave TikTok mentality world. We live in the swiping world. That's what people do. They swipe. They're swiping all day. We live in the microwave TikTok mentality. So you might be, a lot of people are not as patient in trading as they need to be. I like to say in trading, slow is fast. Working slow is a fast pace in the market. Sometimes you got to pay attention to things. And when you're on the charts, you'll get that experience. You'll gain this type of experience over time where you can quickly grasp things and know, okay, boom, that should be a bullish indicator for gold. Why, you might ask? Well, in terms of crisis, conflict, maybe events of, you could say war, which goes into the category of crisis, right? Conflict. Ceasefire, right? Things like that, things that happen. Gold has always been a safe haven asset and a store of value. If you were to ever look at the chart of gold and ask, if someone were to ask me when's the best, is gold a good buy? Has gold ever been good to buy? Like, people have asked me in the last couple of years, should I buy gold? And I'm like, well, look at the chart. Does the chart ever tell you gold's been good to buy? If you look at the chart historically, like if you look at the chart on gold, has gold ever been a good sell? Depending on how you look at it. But if you look at the last year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, no matter how you really look at it, gold's been a store of value, right? A big store of value in terms of market cap, right? It has the biggest market cap in assets in the world. I wonder what we're sitting at in market cap right now with gold. Gold market cap. I don't know what it is right now. Usually I kind of have this thing up. We look at gold, almost 20 trillion, $18 trillion in gold. Nvidia, the next biggest thing, which has a lot of news going to it this week. There's a lot of investment going on with Nvidia in AI. We got Bitcoin at number 7. 2 trillion in Bitcoin. If we ever went, the goal with Bitcoin is to see if we get to number 2, right? Number 1, that would have it at a big price, close to 200,000 if it was Nvidia's market cap, maybe $185,000-$200,000 if I'm not mistaken, with that market cap right there. With a gold market cap, that would be we would be probably like $700,000 a Bitcoin, or if we were to take over the gold market cap more, that would be a large number per Bitcoin. That could happen over time. Maybe next 10 to 20 years. If you, gold is physical, and we got digital. So Bitcoin's been labeled as digital gold, right? We know Bitcoin recently was labeled as digital gold. I think it's in Bitcoin updates, probably in Bitcoin updates. Well, you know, some people are labeling Bitcoin as a Ponzi scheme, like Jamie Dimon, whereas others are labeling it as digital gold. So what is gold? Gold has always been sound money. If you study sound money, it has the attributes sound money. Bitcoin has those attributes of gold, some different similar characteristics. Bank of America's adopting and accepting Bitcoin. Well, when you look at a price chart of gold, it's always been a good buy. The gold ETFs came out, so you guys should go to my YouTube videos. If you're kind of new into crypto, go to playlist, go to crypto. There's 6 crypto videos. Watch those videos. Watch the Bitcoin bull run. Prepare now. There's a lot of good information in here. I made this right before the election started. Surprisingly, this is one of my lowest viewed videos. And if you watch this, you're going to be like, damn, why didn't I see this? If you watch all my crypto videos, I made one before the elections. This one of the biggest wealth transfers in the US history is happening right now. Crypto adoption incoming. I made that same video like 8 months before that as well, and in the summertime. These are some of my lowest viewed videos with the best information, right? Where we are, what's coming, what to prepare for. I talk about the headlines then versus now, how the headlines used to be, and it still is. The headlines are still that, because you got Jamie Dimon still continuing it. We need people like this. Jamie Dimon, labeling it as a Ponzi scheme. The headlines have always been like that. I talk about a lot of good information on this. This was before the US elections, before we seen Bitcoin pump to where it's at right now. I made a lot of videos like this. I made one 6 months ago. Again, these ones crazy. They're my lowest viewed videos, but all before the elections, all before where we are right now when Bitcoin was at 50K. If you haven't seen those videos, you can still learn a lot from them. This is when I said Bitcoin should go to 50K before we hit 100. So watch a lot of my crypto videos. There's a lot of information I've prepared the channel for. These should have way more views than they do. Crazy that a lot of people haven't seen these. If you did, you'd be on the same page as me and not so surprised with where Bitcoin is right now. Yeah, there's more coming for Bitcoin. But like I said with gold, look at what happened, yesterday, what Trump said, that impacted the price of gold, you can see. So although gold is high, it's bullish, right? It's still overall in an uptrend. There's been no signs of, like, if you've been selling gold this week, you're not following the trend. If you've been looking just for sells, like maybe you pipped and dipped, I would look for one sell this week and I got out. We caught one sell literally here last night. If you're on live stream with me, we caught that sell and we got out. Break even, if anything, you could have got a re-entry as well and took the same setup. There's no sign of a trend break yet on gold. So really, when you're selling it, I was talking about this last night, you have to be quick, take what the market gives you, because if you're looking for a swing down, it's maybe you're gonna have to take a couple trades to get that, because you're basically, if you've ever heard the analogy, and I was saying this last night, you'd basically be like catching a falling knife, the opposite of that, trying to just pick off a top right now, because there's really, and like I've been saying this week, there's really no sign of a trend break. And I went over a lot of good information. Bitcoin looks like it's getting ready to rip soon, probably this weekend. We're gonna go over what news is happening this weekend. You're gonna want to pay attention to Saturday. So tomorrow, yeah, the 25th, tomorrow, Solana might rip. ETH's already starting. If we can close above 3,400, 3,500 on ETH, it should start moving more. Hopefully you guys are grabbing ETH down here, maybe DCAing, because soon I think ETH will wake up. I know it's been asleep, but it's coming. When you've been in the market for 10 years like me, you can feel things at times. You get a good sense of things. So I can see ETH's been building up and something's coming soon for that. Gold, so inauguration, here's what you got to know too. Let's look at the dollar, right? What is the dollar doing right now? It's dropping. So the dollar is showing signs of weaknesses on the monthly chart. So the dollar, potentially February could drop on the dollar. When we look at the monthly chart in front of us right now, we have 7 days left on the month, and look at how the month is finishing. Well, not finishing, but in 7 days, maybe close to finishing on the dollar index. So you can see a very bearish month on the dollar right now, flipping over. And like I've been saying in the last 3 weeks, if you've been tuning in, maybe some of you guys are new to the stream. We've been live every day for the last 3 weeks. So subscribe if you're new. There's a lot I've talked about. Too much to talk. Too much. You're gonna have to go on the streams. Like there's so much I talk about every day here. So plug in, tap in. We're here every day. Let's see, did it hit? What time is it? Not yet. Tap in. So dollar index, we can see if February drops for dollar index, gold's gonna rip up. Potentially. If the dollar drops next month, you could be preparing for swings more, like Euro USD buys, GBP USD buys, AUD USD buys, maybe USD CAD sells are coming more. You've already seen a lot of that this week. Over the past week, you've seen Euro USD gain strength, GBP USD gain some strength, kind of find a local bottom. Some of those pairs that cross the US dollar while gold's been flying up. Maybe there's some USD CAD sells coming, some bigger USD Japan sells coming, maybe USD Chief. You can see the candle on the dollar right now looks pretty bearish. Maybe we're setting a resistance here, right, on the monthly chart. We tap basically 110, psychological level. We hit a psychological level. We could see there 110. So we could be looking at the dollar index and kind of getting like more forward thinking even for February, like thinking, okay, what if next month dumps in February and continues? If we get a solid close, if you look at where a lot of tops are made, they come with like, see this candle, see some of these tops. At some point, these tops, they drop a lot, right? We see some tops here made. There's about like I see like 1, 2, 3, there's a top here. Let's see some of these bigger drops like here, like here, like here, like here. Maybe getting a local top in, right, where the market could drop more on the DXY. Maybe for February's month, I think if we're looking at January right now, if January were to close more like this, I'm thinking February, maybe February, March, maybe February going into March has more of a bearish time with it. And look at you started to break some trend here on the dollar. So that's the thing. The dollar's finding weakness while gold's going up. Gold could keep going up because you see a nice little trend line break here, right? So next week, like it's looking for pullbacks, continuations on the dollar even. Retracements on gold. Look for big retracements next week on gold for more buys potentially. A big sell could happen on gold, but dollar is showing some signs of weaknesses here. Like a local top maybe forming on the monthly. Probably if you like a inverted head and shoulders, you could see. So next week, like this could rip up, like dollar. If you're looking at this, if you invert the chart upside down, this could rip down, right? Looks like a head and shoulders, like accumulation pattern there. And when you look at a lot of the currency pairs, like I was mentioning, like euro, we've been starting to kind of form more trending structure down here. We've been starting to shift more, just form more trending structure. GU a bit more. So maybe next week with gold, like today you don't have, like today's aggressive to sell gold. We're gonna watch it in New York, but this thing could keep ripping higher before it retraces, maybe even 2800, 2790 area. Like I said all week, I gave you guys some clues this week. If you go on Monday's session, I gave you guys, there's a lot of talk we said this week. Last night I even said if it gets above 2760. I was saying watch out for sells this week until Friday, until maybe Friday, right? Then more the end of the week, right? Because we are in an uptrend. I've been saying that since Monday. I've been saying that since last week. Remember what I've been going over all week with you guys, right? I've been telling you like how Monday, pretty much, if Monday starts bullish, gold goes up all week, right? If you look at the last, it did it again, right? If you look at gold, the last 1, 2, there's Monday, and then this week. Again, 4 weeks in a row where Monday all the way to the end of the week. We don't know if where the sells could happen at the end of the day today and retrace into next week. They find buys next week. Because if you look at every week, again, now this is the 4th week, 5th week in a row actually where it's done this. If it even did it Christmas week, but that was Christmas week right there, that little arrow. That was a whole week right there. Christmas week. That was Christmas week right there. A little week, and it went up from Monday to Friday, and Friday it dropped. But if you look at this whole last like 4 or 5 weeks with gold, guys. So I'm telling you, come on these sessions because I really know gold. Like I know gold too well that I see too many things on it sometimes. You might have not noticed this. Maybe I saved some of you guys this week because I was telling you I'm more bullish on gold. We were only looking for buys this week until last night we caught a pip and dip. Maybe there's some sells today, but you don't have to chase it. You don't have to chase it. Like if the market's going to give you a sell, it's maybe between 8:30 and 9:30. You could attempt one, but understand it could come closer to the end of the day as well because everyone's thinking sells. I think about every trader right now is like, gold's so high, I gotta sell it, I gotta sell it. But every trader's not really paying attention to what's going on a bigger scale too. And one thing, seasonality. When you look at gold seasonality, right? It's January going into February. Most traders are looking at the chart like, yeah, it's high, right? But there's a few things. One, what Trump said yesterday, that was big. What Trump said yesterday about the war and the prices of oil, that is pretty significant. And gold seasonality, what you guys, if you want to do some homework, I'll give you some homework to do tonight, this weekend. Go look at gold. So go on the gold chart and look at every January, February, March, or January going into February, or even December. Actually, look at December to February on gold. So some homework for you guys to do. Go on the gold chart, right? XAUUSD, gold. Look back the last 20 years. Study the tendency, the price action, the behavior, right? Just overall, if it's bullish or bearish. Or February. It's usually bullish. So when you do this, you'll notice it's usually bullish. So what you can do, I put the links in the chat. No, I don't think I did. I'll drop the links in the chat. My bad. I'll put the Discord. You guys saw I did the withdrawal. If you guys are on at the beginning, I did a live withdrawal. That's the broker I use. It might have hit. I'll check. Maybe it hits soon. Might hit while we're live. check out that link. Check out that broker. That's the one I use. It's regulated. If you're in the U.S. though, you can't use it. Wah wah wah. I know, sucks to suck. U.S. brokers, I don't know. Everybody asks me that question every day. I don't know. There's the Discord link. I'll pin those. That's the broker I use, the one that I just did the withdrawal on. It'll probably hit while we're on, maybe in the next hour, I would expect. And I'll show you when it does. I'll pay attention to that. All right. So what you could do, some homework you guys can do today, tonight, this weekend when market closes, right? Maybe this weekend, sometime this weekend when the market's closed. Obviously, crypto is going to be open. We got to still go over that crypto news tomorrow. I'd watch crypto tomorrow. Okay, watch crypto tomorrow. I mean, like if you're in the market already, if you're all in like I am, it's a holding day for me. Well, even the market, maybe the market presents a buy opportunity tomorrow, or it just rips tomorrow. We're going to talk about the news, but the gold seasonality. So if you study gold, January going into February, like by the time you hit February, the price is usually bullish. If you study gold, and I talked about this in my very first stream. The first streams I did, I started talking about this. And that's why I was saying I was looking for buys only. If you've been on every stream with me, I've been more bullish, right? Because I'm following also what I see on the charts with the trend and also seasonality. Something we call seasonality with gold. Been in crypto since 2017. Wish I held on everything. Don't we all? Connection between oil prices and the war continuing. Well, a lot of those countries have a lot of oil, right? Reserves too. I guess that makes them more powerful when it comes to money. Those, maybe that's what I'm thinking. But the connection with gold, like gold and war, it's the connection with gold and war. Gold has always been a store of value, a safe haven asset. So in times of uncertainty, people will flock more to gold. In times of uncertainty or conflict, crisis, people will flock to gold. So if something like that, something big got mentioned yesterday in Trump's speech, right? If you were watching it, I know most of you guys weren't probably watching it. Maybe you were. Was anybody watching? If you weren't, it's okay. You got me here to give you guys these types of updates and news, especially if you're in the Discord. If I see something significant like that, I'm like, I'm gonna usually say something. Hey guys, maybe this is something. So he said that. He was like, I'm disappointed with the OPEC. They should have lowered prices before I came into presidency. With the way oil prices are right now. So him saying with the way oil prices are right now, he said it a few times. The war could keep going on. It could keep continuing. So with gold, that brings demand to gold. But also gold's in a seasonality, right? Gold's in a seasonality where by February, when you talk about seasonality, it's usually by a certain time it should move like this. By February, gold's usually bullish. Yeah, if you're new here, we're here every day except for weekends. One day I'll do weekends, maybe like crypto calls on the, because Forex is closed on the weekend. We could do more training and crypto calls on the weekend. Maybe crypto and COD. Crypto and COD. Crypto and COD, maybe. Crypto and COD. We'll do some crypto and COD on the weekends. Call of Duty, for those who don't know. I'm a Call of Duty nerd. I'm Battlefield. It's fun. I think if you like video games, you like trading. I mean, I know a lot of traders who like video games. Might be a thing. Might be a little intertwining thing. Crypto and COD, Saturday nights. You can always do like, you can always look at the market, like the Forex market on Saturday, Sunday nights, Sundays before it's opens, and kind of get some planning ahead, some forward thinking, you know, some analysis, some markups, even for Forex. But usually if you go study what I said you guys should do this weekend, usually by February, March even, it's really bullish. Usually you're seeing December, January, February, the end of the year, first quarter of the year for gold tends to be bullish. You can go back, you would want to go to like the futures chart, or maybe even like just type in XAUUSD. I think it's, if you go to like the IDC one of them goes back like way back. I think it's like this one here, ICE. I think that one goes back like 20 years if I'm not mistaken. Like way back. One of them goes like way back like 20-30 years. You can go see like the all-time like all gold price. Yeah, see here. Oh, Oanda goes, you know, Oanda here. So what you literally do is you like just go. I would go study, like if you look at like most December, study like December to February, March even. Like by February, kind of where we are now. Whoa, that's way too off. Where am I going? February. You can see that's March. See, December to March, usually bullish. If we mark December to March, it's usually more of an uptrending time for gold. So that's what you got to be aware of when you're selling right now. Even though we're at all-time highs, between these months is seasonality. There's seasonality for like USD CAD that works well, and seasonality for Euro USD also that works really well. Times throughout the year. Gold, it can be looked at this time of the year more bullish, more forming an uptrend, going in an uptrend. So when you're trying to swing trade the market, this is a good time to swing trade gold, is around December, going into these times. I knew this, and I've held some trades a little longer than I usually do. Like I caught a 300 pip swing, caught some nice runners. Yesterday, 200 pips on gold. So if I was still holding, I'd be up 400 at the moment. But, you know, it is what it is. Gotta let your winners run. In some cases, you can learn from, like, you guys can learn early on. See about seasonality, right? If you're maybe in the right seasonality of a trend, it could be worth trying to hold your trades longer. So that's one thing to also factor into gold, is the seasonality it's in going into February. When you study this time of the year, more so, and you guys should do this, like you guys, I'm showing you some years right now, but you guys should do like, go do it yourself too. Go back 20 years, go back a good amount of time and look at it on your chart. Don't just do, I'm gonna do like the more recent, I'll do like the last 5-10 years or so. But if you guys go back and do like the last 20, you'll get a good perspective. You may see kind of like even November going into December bullish, all the way into January, February. Typically, like if you look, imagine knowing this 10 years ago, right? So one of my biggest months with gold was in February. That was kind of when I had my 38K day. It was a bullish day too. I was bullish on gold. I was buying gold, and it was in the right seasonality. My biggest day. I talk about the 38K day. That was my biggest day with gold. It would have been 2 years ago. That's when I was doing what I'm doing right now with like 5 to 10K accounts, but with like 20K accounts. Wait till I'm doing them again with like 20K accounts. You know, that was, you know, I'm being conservative right now. Being conservative. That was when you know, I have 10 years of experience, right? So I like to try to flip and dip. I call it pip and dip, but maybe one day you'll learn how to flip and dip when I show you guys my strategy. One of my biggest flips is 20,000 to 168,000 in 2 months. I withdrew 125K. I could have had more profit, but I got greedy. I was chasing price, and then I had like a big 14KL, 15KL. So I was like, all right, I'm done. Enough set. Like that was it. That was one of my bigger flips. Yeah, see, withdrawal just hit. Boom. Received. Confirming. Already hit. Withdraw I did at the beginning. Just hit. That took less than an hour. Quick withdrawals, crypto. Bitcoin network. Make some moves now with crypto. After this, when I get off, I'm gonna make some moves. So for gold, guys, like you're planning for next week. So with you don't really know where price is gonna end off right now. I was talking about this last night. You don't really know where it's gonna end off right now. You could assume price could tap 2,800. That's a psychological number, a very psychological number that might be like a magnet to the market. You can see 2790 here. So maybe in between there, could assume maybe the market taps off there. You don't really know, but what you can anticipate maybe for next week is and happening, maybe retracement back to here next week, right? Because the market now is high, right? And everybody probably wants to sell it, right? It could keep running up and then bring that sell, come all the way back to here, right? And then there's a buy setup maybe for next week. So really what you could be even planning for is not trying to even catch the sell. It could be overly aggressive because the price of gold right now is super bullish. We're in an uptrend. So next week, and we're probably going to talk about this on Monday, if we get a retracement, probably some buys next week, maybe to start the week off again. If the market retraces today or today going into market open, maybe there's a buy setup forming for a swing up. If it just retraces down from around here, right? That's what I'm thinking, because price will probably top out soon, but that doesn't mean it's like full on reversing. We could be still trying to go higher, but a retracement level we can literally see if we look left, and we can even see like previous resistance here on gold. We could possibly get a retracement back on gold, right? I'm not saying even from here, just the idea of it, like at the end of the day, for next week, market retraces back, and we're looking for buys again. We don't even have to look for the sells so much. We can be planning for the buys that could be coming. If the sells happen, and you're in them or you're not, it doesn't really matter, because those sells could maybe set up for the next buy, right? If you're not in them, I wouldn't get so emotional and FOMO. That could still be setting you up, right? I forget if it was like 2 years ago, there was a February, March that was crazy, and I made some good, had a huge day. 2019, 2020, 2021 gold, like the trending was like, it would have bull flags like crazy some days where you knew this thing was gonna break up. Look at the retracements we've been getting. Like, if you're trying to set yourself up for a swing trade, you don't go to the market every day like I gotta catch 200 pips. That's attaching your emotions too much to money. You just catch what the market gives you in the moment, right? Whether it's an hour or 2 hours. Look at the retracements we've been getting every week on gold. So that can be expected maybe to start today going into the new week. We even got a nice retracement already this week. We get one of those maybe starting early next week. I'm interested to see if the price action maintains one more time for more buys. if you're selling, you'd have to try to scale in, like, because just anticipate you might go to 27.90 and then get that dump. So if you're selling today, it's something you're trying to maybe hold on to and have a bigger stop. Give yourself some breathing room. Maybe between 8:30 and 9:30, market gives you sells. But if I was selling, I wouldn't sell at one price full lot size. I would try to get higher prices, maybe 27.80, 27.85, 27.90. Like for me, it would be like 27.90, 27.95, 2800. Sell in there, and then when price drops, it'll eventually give a retracement, but that retracement we want to happen so we can get buys next week potentially. I'm trading with a little bit left in my account, so I'm probably gonna look for sells today, to be honest, but not be so aggressive. Like I only have so much in the account now that I can actually trade with. So it's kind of like a full lot day on the account, like $500 left in the account. But I think I'll look for sells today to end the week off, because I was saying, like, even Monday, my first session this week, I said, I literally said the market will probably go up till Friday. I literally said Monday, first session. If you look at the weekly flow lately, the weekly flow has been just kind of giving you those signs. They've been dumping it in the beginning of the week, like going into the beginning of the week. Market open every Monday. Every Monday price has been trading lower. Every Monday there's been a retracement already. Every Monday, every single Monday. So every single Monday the market's been coming off of a retracement. If you look at Monday, December 30th, so the weekly flow has given you a lot of clues here in this uptrend. This is something to take, learn from, take note of. Because every Monday, you can see, has started lower, coming off a retracement. There's been a retracement coming into Monday. Monday's trading. Every single Monday. So it doesn't mean the market's going to dump right now. It could, like, your sells could start, like, it's 8:30, maybe 8:30 bring some sells this hour. But if it doesn't, I would expect maybe towards the end of London session to bring sells into Sunday, Monday, though. You'd have to maybe hold those into Sunday, Monday. Sunday, Monday could open bearish for gold. That's what it's been doing. If you kind of study the weekly flow and you look at Friday, where Friday kind of ends off for gold, Friday kind of ends off higher, but it doesn't always just dump on Friday. It dumps kind of market open Sunday, Monday. So it's like Friday, it's kind of like Friday going into Sunday, Monday. Friday going into Sunday, Monday. Friday going into Sunday, Monday. Friday going into Sunday, Monday, the market drops more. Except for crazy. Last Thursday, we were looking for sells. Everyone was like, there was like some people chatting me in the chat, kind of hating on the sells. We were selling on that green candle last Thursday. Now you guys are probably like, damn. We were selling on that green candle, this one, on last Thursday. But if you look at the weekly flow, like, there's literally been retracements going into every Monday, like Friday going into Monday. So it's like Friday doesn't necessarily like drop. It partially drops, kind of starts to move into Friday, Sunday. Maybe today just dumps. How's the news? Is it negative for the dollar? If dollar goes up, maybe there's some retracement, or is it positive for the dollar? What's the news today? Oh yeah, 9:45 though. Someone said 8:30 news. CAD, no, not CAD, man. No, 9:45 and then 10 a.m. That's your news. So maybe towards there, you find some sells. Like, you could, I would scale in if you're looking for sells today on gold. You could expect higher prices, especially since news is later. Like, what if it taps 27.90 but still dumps? Yeah, what you've seen, the weekly flow has been really consistent the last 4 or 5 weeks, where Friday has ended higher, but you would have had to hold those trades over the weekend to get the drop like Sunday into Friday, is it negative for dollar today? Negative news folder. News comes out 9:45, 10 a.m. So that's going to be high impact. Usually both of these together are going to be high impact. So today could start the sells. Like if you look at pretty much every Friday's bringing sells, but it drops more Sunday, Monday as well. That's so where I'm marking right now is Friday. So the last 4 weeks you've seen, except for literally the day I was selling, it went it was literally Thursday into Friday. Market opened, it was buys. So today being Friday, like I'm more comfortable looking for sells. But I understand there could be higher prices. I wouldn't go full in at one price. I would kind of anticipate market could go up some pips before bringing those sells today. Between now and 1 p.m., you could probably find entries on sells for gold. Why do the weeks do that? Because a weekly candle can only, so a weekly candle will find its low of the week and its high of the week. All right. So to find the highest point reached of the week. So if you look at a candlestick generally has a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom, right? So the weekly low was Monday. When we look at every week, the weekly low has been coming in Monday, Sunday, Monday, right? Market open. The weekly high comes in usually towards the end of the week if the market has a continuous trend all week. So you could look for sells on gold, guys, going into New York between now and like the next, I would say 4 hours even, just me knowing gold, between now and 27.90. So I'd give yourself some breathing room in case it does spike up. 2800's up here. That's another psychological level that we're a little bit below. I'd say between like now and 27.90 could present some selling opportunities. So I'm basically gonna see if these stick today going into Sunday, Monday, end of the week. Maybe it's an end of the week reversal. So there's a few things you can even study tonight. Like you could study, like I said, study the last, so go on your chart, gold. Study the last 20 years, January, February, December, January, February. Look at, and then study the weekly flow recently. Study the weekly flow of the last 5 weeks. Kind of look at where Friday is, right? Like what I was just doing and showing you guys. You could study this, right? Look at where Friday is, right? Look at what the week does until Friday. Like what it was completely bullish until Friday, right? Take that into consideration, like where the sells come in, where you could see where the week begins. The sells come in at the end of the week, the buys come in more at the beginning of the week. So study some of the weekly flow even as well. Two 5-minute candlesticks per game. Yeah, literally, it keeps your eyes off the chart for a little bit. Lets you hold some trades a little longer. Like 27.90. So if you go, for those of you guys who might be kind of like getting familiar with gold, ways to look at it. If you go to blueprints in the Discord, I wrote some things on psychological levels, whole numbers. I wrote 2. One for like scalping, day trading, one for more swing trading. So with gold reacts very well to whole numbers, round numbers, levels ending in 0, 25, 50, 75. We call these psychological price points or institutional levels, a lot of traders call them. If you go down here, I wrote, what are psychological numbers, whole numbers? Again, they're basically just a rounded number that traders pay attention to because the market will often act like a support or resistance off of these. All right? So if you look where we're near right now, you got 2800 kind of coming up. We're right around that 2800 zero. It's a zero psychological price point. So it's important. We could still extend to that, right? We're kind of coming to what we call a quarter point, more of a psychological level, 0, 25, 50, 75. So you got to pay attention to that. Like if you're looking for sells today, they could happen, but I know we're still in an uptrend with gold. I know we're still technically in an uptrend, right? 2780, it's a big zone because gold is super volatile, but we're literally at all-time highs. If we're gonna get sells, it'll probably happen today, and then next week we form another buy scenario. There's not enough time for really big buys today, so next week it's like if market retraces today, I'm probably looking for buys then next week at these areas if we get a good retracement. If we get a retracement from 2780 down or 2790 down, I'm probably looking for buys on gold then when that happens. But I'll enter sells on gold between 2780 2790 today. Like right now it's at 2780. And just gonna do a light risk. I just did a withdrawal, you guys saw at the beginning of the session. So worst case scenario, I'm up 6,500 on the week if I lose this trade. So it's still a good week. So you could expect retracements today. Weekly flow looks good. Big news in crypto tomorrow. What's Bitcoin doing right now? Pulling back. Tomorrow's a lot of ETF news. So with the market tomorrow, I put in Discord a few times. Been talking about this. Tomorrow could be a big day for crypto. As Gary Gensler, he's resigned already. We know that. But you have some deadlines for several ETFs tomorrow, including, well, Solana. The main thing is Solana tomorrow. And then on January 30th, there's a Bitwise, Ethereum, and Bitcoin ETF. But tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's 25th. Yeah. So tomorrow for Solana, we're seeing a basket, well, different ETFs here. We got Bitwise, a few of the other ones that are on the ETFs. Not to mention 5 days after, another Bitcoin and Ethereum one deadline. Maybe these get approved. You might remember what happened when the Bitcoin ETF got approved. Price dumped, but then went up for months. So it might be similar situations can happen on positive news. You could get ETFs getting approved, could be positive news, but prices could still dump because the market knows later on it's going to go back up. So that's with these ETFs coming out. It could be both ways in the market. It could be like, okay, if they get approved, the market could dump to find buys. There could be like a flush out. A lot of times positive news will bring a scenario like that because the market knows on a positive news everyone's going to buy. Later on, prices are going to go up. Well, that's what's big for Solana. You'll see Solana's probably pushing up today, right? You might see some volume, a lot more volume coming on Solana. Looks like a flag building up too. So tomorrow is a big day for Solana. Maybe this breaks out tomorrow. Of that flag, you can kind of see building up. Yeah, with gold, see, yeah, gold's gonna be aggressive today, guys. So if you're looking for sells, like just know there's risk involved. Use your own discretion. I had a good week, so I'm not too worried about the setup. If I lose it, I might miss it if it ends up dumping when the market closes. You could wait till news as well. 2790, like I mentioned, or 2800. We'll probably get some momentum in here. Those are some higher levels you could watch today. Keep an eye on and see if price gives you a reaction. If you're gonna just kind of sit on your hands for the news later. But overall, you guys see why I withdrew. Pay myself. Don't need to catch every trade. Don't need to catch every trade. When you're up, you're up. You pay yourself. I've already paid myself for the week. Just withdrew almost 13K. And I'm still going to participate in the market, but I'm not getting overly aggressive, right? The job's done for the week. If you've been on the streams for the week, job's done. Job's done. This is just now kind of that maybe last kind of risky play of the week because we're still uptrending, right? If you go back, Tuesday we bought, crazy, Tuesday we bought here. We bought here on Wednesday and we bought here on Thursday. Wednesday we were expecting gold to run up. Tuesday we were expecting gold to go up. Wednesday we were expecting gold to go up. Today you could be anticipating gold to drop, but like I said, it could come between now and 1 p.m. Me knowing gold. 1 p.m. is 4 hours from now. We might hit 2,800. So like if I were to enter sells, like I'm in sells, but I don't have a full position. If it hits 2790, 2800, I'll probably get in there max risk. I'm literally trading with like 001s today. Yeah, today's aggressive day for gold. I mentioned last night, you could chill. You guys are holding. I told you guys last night and the night before, watch out for sells this week, right? They're aggressive. I would use a big stop loss, prepare myself, because if I'm going to take multiple entries, I would have a bigger stop loss today. You need breathing room because look at what you're shaping up for today is the possibility that it dumps into Sunday, Monday. So remember what I just went over. It's not. That's why I just withdrew, because I'm not looking at this setup like I need to take it. Like this is gonna make my week, right? My week's done. Just withdrew 13K, right? This, like, if you're looking at the last 4 or 5 weeks on gold, like Friday. But look at this Friday, for instance. This is what I'm talking about right here. See this one? See Friday here? See that Friday? Well, some of the Fridays are different. So you see this Friday. So you see Friday there? Just drops into Sunday, Monday. See this Friday? Same thing, drops into Sunday, Monday. But look at the next Friday. It's a tricky one. It doesn't just drop. It drops, goes up, it plays around, and then Sunday, Monday drops. So there's a tricky Friday there, where it was really high in price. Might have been setting up for sells, you know, making a higher high. So it's aggressive. That's why I'm not trading. I'm not risking 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 on this trade. I'm risking $500, if anything. That's why I did the withdrawal. Beginning of this, my plan was to withdraw yesterday, but I was like, all right, I'll withdraw tomorrow on the stream. So when you look at like Friday, this was a tricky Friday there. That's what I mean. Like, you could get more extension because every retail trader right now is probably thinking sells on gold, right? And I said last night, if you were with me on the stream last night, I was like, we could pip and dip this because it still is bullish looking. Because I was even saying last night, most people are probably looking for sells right now. That's one thing to take into consideration. If you're not in gold, wait for 2790, 2800. See if the market gives you, spend more time with the chart today. I'm in one entry on gold. I have one entry on gold, right? One entry. It'll take the market to go with this entry. If I'm risking $500 on this trade, I don't think the market's gonna move. I have a 0.1. I don't think it's gonna move 500 pips right now. So I have one entry at a 0.1, right, on my $500 account. I'm risking $500 on my trade. For now, that would take the market to go 500 pips against me for me to lose that. So I'm just chilling right now. Maybe gonna scale in. Maybe look for another entry higher up if price goes higher up. Where would be a good target? Yeah, we caught sells from. I caught sells at 75. We were on live last night. We caught sell live right here. We sold right here at 75. Well, 76 and 75. We were selling live right here. I literally got out on that push. If you're selling gold today, watch out. Like it's an aggressive play. If you had a good week, like look what I did. I had a good week. I withdrew. Done. Job's done for the week. Sells could be tricky today. You might get them up here. I've been saying that all week. Crazy how literally the things I say on Mondays and Tuesdays, you look at the market days later. Things I was talking about on Monday, things I was talking about last week. Could be. I haven't taken many losses lately, small ones. I took an L on Bitcoin the other week. You got to be prepared to lose though. And trading as well. It might sound bad, but if you don't, if you don't take what you see or what you're feeling, what you're thinking the market could do, then you're going to miss every trade that might be in front of you. But psychological level we can see is really close. Where's futures price at? Probably 2,800 on futures or close. Maybe yeah, like on futures. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that chart. Wonder what session that was from. Wonder when I drew that. I give you guys the clues, man. I give you guys the clues. You see that? Wonder what stream we talked about that on. Futures are almost at 2,800. You can see futures price. You could even wait for futures to hit 2,800. It's almost there. 27.90 right now on futures, close to 2,800. We got this big little order block here that the market's trading in. So you look at futures price, we're trading at 27.90, almost at 2,800. So potentially even, yeah, if you want to know my strategy, hop on every session. But one day I'll make a boot camp on it. I have my strategy on my monitor here. I keep one of my strategies on my monitor. A tool I made like 5 years ago. I call it the pip and dip. I call it the pip and dip. It gives you, it's basically like putting on glasses. I'll explain it a bit. It's basically like putting on glasses that help you see things that you usually, like you could see, usually would see. And it's like, how didn't I see that? It was right there. It gives you a layer. It's like putting on glasses for gold. And people always ask me, how do you get this entry? How do you do this? How do you do this? Well, I've been trading for 10 years. And I made something 5 years ago. And it's basically like putting on glasses for gold. I call it the pip and dip. You have access to it now. Maybe one day. The strategy is just, this is like I said, have you ever heard that? This is a high risk trade. Like there's really no strategy here. We're expecting the weekly flow to switch over. We're trading how we usually trade. How I usually trade gold for the last 5 years is if Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday goes up, I usually look for sells on Friday. Now, obviously I've said a lot of things that we could take into consideration throughout the session, like what Trump said yesterday. This doesn't mean I'm bearish on gold. I'm bullish on gold, but I'm not going to buy here personally. It means that I know sells could come possibly today, right? Yeah, I used to train. I was an educator, not a MLM guy. Like people think I'm not into MLM. I'm into trading and educating. I don't do MLM. Multi-level marketing. That stuff's not for me. That stuff's not for me. I'll just be honest. Like, I love the industry. It's a great environment. You learn a lot of people, but trading is my world. I'm a trader. I'm a trader and educator, so I don't like the MLM world personally. The trading world's different. So you won't ever see me in an MLM again. I was an educator though for a company. It's different. I was an educator for a company. I would wait for futures 2800. So strategy would be more like looking for the psychological numbers to react. And strategy wise, it's like the weekly flow. When you look at a weekly candlestick, and I've been doing this for a long time, and it's worked out a lot of times. There's some weeks where it doesn't, because sometimes sometimes the market will drop Sunday going into Monday more when market opens. So it's strategy wise, it's like using the psychological numbers, understanding where we are in the weekly flow potentially. Weekly flow is like a candlestick looks like this, right? A candlestick is a body. It has maybe a wick at the bottom, like a little guy at the bottom, right? Maybe you have your weekly low. A candlestick, when you participate in the market enough for enough weeks through the years, you'll understand that a week can only go up so much or even down so much until it finds that high or low point of the week. So if you have a week in the market that goes up just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way into Friday, a lot of times that high of the week is going to be found kind of around Friday, right? You're going to find that the market's going to push up, but it's going to find that sell on the Friday more, where it kind of balances some things out or maybe retraces into the new week. A lot of times this will happen with the weekly flow of the market when it comes to like where we are with this type of week, or even like if you go look at gold the last 5 weeks. If you're looking at the price of gold, let's say the last 4 or 5 weeks, and go study this so you'll kind of have an idea of why I'd be looking for sells today more than buys. Even though, yeah, I'm still bullish on gold overall with the trend, right? Next week we'll probably be maybe looking for buys depending on what happens today. Maybe what if it's a big dump today? But what you should study to kind of get an idea of what I'm saying more with strategy is just go take a vertical line and mark Friday. So I've said this a few times, but take a vertical line and just kind of look at where Friday is for the market, and then see how it's traded up until Friday, right? And you'll kind of get an idea of what I'm saying with maybe like the weekly flow. Mark your Fridays and see, okay, what do we do? How did the market trade until Friday? Was it more bullish? Was it more bearish? Do that the last like 5 weeks. Even go more weeks. Go back. If you look at, you could start out at Mondays. You could start out by marking like Sunday, Mondays, market open, right? Like right here is Sunday. So you can see here Sunday. Monday would come soon. So where's Friday on that week? If we understand, like if I'm looking at that, I get Monday's there. So what did that whole week do? It went down. What's going to be down here? See where it turns bullish? That's like Thursday, Friday. Right there, see? Friday. So Thursday going into Friday. So a lot of times, like if you have a complete week with gold, a lot of times, like you can kind of, I like to use the term gauge things out. Gauge it out. Like, oh, Monday was bearish. Oh, Tuesday was bearish. Okay, Monday and Tuesday were bearish. Oh, Wednesday was bearish. Okay, oh, Thursday was also bearish. Maybe that's setting me up for Thursday, Friday reversals. You can kind of gauge things out through some weeks. Or you can be like Monday was bearish, Tuesday was bearish. Maybe Wednesday is going to be bearish as well. Continue the pattern into Thursday, Friday. Or if you really catch on, you get good, you Monday, Tuesday bullish like this week. That means Wednesday, Thursday could be possibly bullish. When you understand the weekly flow a bit more, you trade like, okay, by this time we'll be up. It's like, okay, by Thursday we should be higher. Or, you know, or end of the week we should reverse. My brain, I have a lot of knowledge. But you could see kind of how the whole week goes down, but the reversals happen end of the week. So what's happening there? Think about what I explained with the candlestick, right? If you have a bearish candlestick for the week, right? The week would have been bearish here. But it would have found its lowest point of the week right down here, right? It would have found its support at the lowest point of the week, which comes at the end of the week, aka market close, right? When the market closes, before the market closes, because a lot of times they're not holding as many positions, volume can switch when the market changes, because it's the future spot price for gold. So it's a bit different. So at times it's good to even look at this and see if it's close to a different psychological number. Like you could see 2790, 2800 we're at on here. So 2800 could get tapped on here potentially. What's some ways to forward think right now and just set yourself up for next week? 2 ways you could set yourself up for next week without having to be bearish would be number 1, let the market just do what it does today. Sit on your hands. I'm going in for sells today just to see, because it's my strategy. And when the weekly flow strategy is there, I take it, right? Because there's, you know how many times I haven't taken the sell on Friday? Because I'm been like, or Thursday. There's been so many times I haven't done it, and I'm like, oh man. So I got into the habit of just doing it, and it's played out over time for me. The amount of times of something I know with the weekly flow, and I've never done it, and the amount of times I look at the market the next day I'm like, oh man, I knew it was sells. I was right. That's happened too many weeks over the last 10 years. It's happened too many weeks for me. So I've gotten into a habit of, okay, if it's there, if the market's showing me what I know, I'm gonna go for it. I've gotten into that habit, and I've learned maybe at times from getting into that habit of being early. Sometimes I've learned some lessons as well to maybe strengthen things. So that's why when the weekly flow, if Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday push up, I'm usually selling. Or if Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday push down, I'm usually buying towards like the end of the weekly flow. So it's understanding like a dynamic strategy is understanding a dynamic of price and behavior. If you study a lot of like inner circle trader concepts, smart money concepts, you'll learn a lot of different dynamics from that, of weekly flow and other markets. ICT, a lot of people like that guy. He preaches too much. I like he'll like he does I would fall asleep sometimes on his sessions. But yeah, like looking at futures, how you could prepare yourself for next week. 2 things. Sit on your hands, let the market drop today, let it retrace. Next week, see if buys form, maybe Monday's market, like we've seen the last couple of weeks. Like let the market, because you don't always know with a reversal strategy like this, but you know the timing. So in terms of like timing, it makes sense for the end of the week and the session, right? In terms of timing, if we were looking for sells on gold, this would be London bullish, New York bearish. But it's also in terms of timing with the weekly flow, it makes sense. But how you could set yourself up for next week, 2 ways. Let today retrace, let it do its thing into next week. Next week, maybe Monday London session, like Monday, like when markets open, or maybe Monday New York session. You're setting up for buys after a big retracement. Or if we break above 2800 next week, wait for a retracement back to 2800 and look for the market to potentially hold above that. That's another angle you could go at next week. If the bulls are just gonna keep dominating the market for gold with all this like war tension and uncertainty, with what Trump said yesterday about the oil prices too, if we get above 2800, you could forward think and kind of say, okay, if we get above, we could wait for that first retracement back to 2800, potentially continue from there, break and retest above 2,800. Because at some point this has to retrace. At some point it's going to make one of these moves. Like look at, if you go, let's go back to a Forex chart. At some point, we're probably going to get a good retracement, like one of these on gold. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for one of those to happen. Whether you're trying to catch it or not, it could be harder to catch in this case because of how volatile price is. But you're waiting for one of these next week. 1, 2. That could start today. I'm saying that could start today going into Sunday, Monday's trading. I said it last week. I was right last Thursday. Last week I said Thursday, Friday it looks like it was selling. Today, maybe Friday into Sunday, Monday we're selling. But you're looking for one of these on gold. Right? A pullback, a retracement. Whether that comes from here, more of these levels that we're at right now, or from higher up. If the market goes up more. If price goes up more and still does that same retracement. You're looking for one of these, whatever price is to offer it, because we're in an uptrend. You don't have to guess where it's going to come from realistically, guys, right? Like I'm being aggressive today. And that's just, at times how I've made the most money, sometimes being aggressive. But remember, I have experience too, well experienced. I can control my emotions. What I understand is what I even said on Tuesday night. Tuesday night I was saying, look for retracements back to 740, 745 for buys. So this could go up higher and still retrace, give you that move. So two things. So you, one of these, take that into consideration, what I just said. Two things you could be planning for next week. Two things. If that retracement comes, right? Two things for next week. Doesn't matter where it comes from. You don't have to sit here and be like, it's going to start here. You could just let the market, like see if the market does it, right? So two things you could be preparing for next week. And we'll talk about this Monday. We'll see Monday where we finish things off. It's the same retracement. It's just where does it come from? So it's either retracement, wait for the buys, or retracement, wait for the buys. It's the same retracement you're looking for. Like I said, you're looking for one of these. Remember what I just did with the arrows? You're looking for one of these on gold. You can kind of sit on, that's the thing about the market. You can sit on your hands a lot of times and be like, I'm let a move happen to catch another move, right? Like I'm gonna let a drop happen so I can catch a buy, right? Because we're in an uptrend, like we've been saying for the last 3 weeks. We're still in an uptrend. So two things you could prepare yourself, because we understand the retracement might happen today, but another thing I understand that you guys might not is we could break out and the retracement comes higher above 2,800. So those are two things you could prepare for next week, right? Overall, it's looking for that buy on the retracement, wherever it comes from, right? Yeah, if it breaks above 2,800, 2,790, let it retrace, see if that holds as a support. If we stay below 2,790, 2,800, maybe we retrace back to 2,760. Right? If we stay below here, maybe we get a retracement back to 2,760 for buys down there. That's what we could, when we talk about, like, so you can look the term up. I read some books that talk about it. It's forward thinking. I don't know if one of the books are here. Maybe one of the books I've showed. Maybe one of the books I've showed you guys too. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was a Mark Douglas book. Talk about forward thinking in the market. So that's what this would like be. This would be like more like forward thinking. Okay, I don't care about what the market does, but I know if it comes down, it's a good buy opportunity. Or if it breaks up, comes down, maybe a good buy opportunity there. I'll save this actually. I didn't post any charts last night because I was like, I want to wait till New York to maybe get to post another chart. Because if you were on live with me last night, we made some quick profit there. Market's still holding. So that's how you could be planning for next week. Is whether or not this drops today into next week, a buy from there, like we've seen last week. If we break out upside, retrace back, buy. Both are very possible. It's hard to tell right now with the market. I wish today was one of those days where I'm like all in, like, yeah, let's go. Like, it's Friday, but some days are different, right? Some days may have a different feel and market condition. Because remember what Trump said yesterday. It's really important what he said. That could maybe gauge the market on a more fundamental side of where price goes. So both scenarios are very possible, because if they want to buy gold, if they want to buy it, they'll bring it down. Usually when they want to buy gold, like if gold's super bullish, they usually dip it down to buy it. So both are very possible. It could break out above here, and eventually that flips into like a support, 2790, 2780 area. But maybe there's a drop first, so if it doesn't hold that area, then potentially it breaks. Those are the possible scenarios I see on gold. And that could even be kind of just some thinking for next week. So I like to do this kind of stuff a lot. Like if you guys remember that chart here, this was from this one. Remember I had some arrows that were drawn here before on the break and retest. I don't know where they went. I like to draw situations like this so I can mentally prepare myself, so it's not something new. I'm aware of it. In case the market just does it, I like to forecast kind of like this. So I kind of forward think some things to have on the back burner. I could see it possibly retracing down to 2760. That's kind of the breakout level and where we had last support and resistance. Here, you can see here market tapped, retraced. So I think 2760 would be that area. You could see where we have resistance. That could be an area where it retraces back to. Yeah, remember me, I just withdrew 13K, so I can lose the 500 bucks today. Yeah, withdrawal already hit. It's quick withdrawals, like you saw. If you guys were on the beginning, I withdrew that. It hit at 814. On the Bitcoin, so it's still confirming because it's on the, but it already hit my address, hit my wallet. It's just confirming. Usually the Bitcoin network can take like sometimes an hour. Let's see if I refresh it. I probably just gotta refresh it. Yep. Boom, boom. Yeah, so between like now and I think it sells today. Maybe sells. I'm in sells already. I'm gonna hold them for the day and see what the market can bring. Bit aggressive, but risk it for the biscuit. No, I mean pip and dip. I don't think people haven't noticed. I've been saying pip and dip for 5 years. My strategies call it the pip and dip. I've been saying that for years. I've been saying pip and dip since like 2019, 2020, when I started teaching gold. Oh man, see, that would have been a good entry there at 84. I'm in gold sells. I'm gonna hold them. I'm gonna hold them for the day. That's my plan. See where it finishes the day off. If I hit my $500, I'm going in light. Right now I'm minus $78. So I'm going in light. gold for the day, sells till I hit my max risk. That's what I'll do. And it's like, if I think the price is going to go down today, I'm selling. I'm bearish today until I hit my maximum risk for the day. And I'll see what price gives me. Looking for some higher entries. That would have been a good entry at 84. I got only an entry at 81. But yeah, we'll see. I'm holding sells for the day, guys, on gold. Could be a volatile day. It also could dump today. Like, that's the thing. If you have as much experience as I do, right? Have as much experience as I do. I've seen a lot of Fridays that dump gold, especially if the whole week goes up. Wait till I send signals. You guys been making money with me already? Wait till I send signals. I just want you guys to get used to how I trade. Because if I send 1 to 2 signals a day, like I could send 2 signals a day on gold. 1 to 2 average a day. But if you can't handle 2 a day, if you can't handle the market, like some people enter a trade, they'll go 20 pips in drawdown, freak out. Because I enter in zone, so I'm trying to teach you guys a lot before I do that. But yeah, well, gold's pushing a little bit, but I'm in sells. Now it's pushing down. Good job, gold. Thank you. A little bit. Is it a pip and dip? I don't know. Maybe depending on what entry you got. Someone said they entered at 84. So, damn. I wish I hit at 84. The 1 minute? Why? Why do we gotta look at the 1 minute? I gotta look at the 1 minute. Maybe 1 minute pulls back and finds some sell pressure, but yeah, like I said, I'm in sells. I'm holding sells for the day. Let's see what happens. Risking 500 bucks. I'll tell you guys when it's a light day for me, or what. Like, there'll be days where I'm like, yo, I'm going full lot. But it's Friday, so like when the job's done, you wanna. There we go. I'm in profit now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Push, melt, melt, melt. Should have put the 13,000 on the trade, you know. be at 15k, 20, 16k right now. Nah, it's all good. It's dropping. It's coming down. If you see, like, if there's something in front of you, if you have a bias, if there's a plan. Otherwise, you'll miss the entry, and then you'll chase it and be like, "Oh my god, I gotta enter now," and then you'll miss it. Like, you know. That's how you chase price. If there's something in front of you, you don't enter. Also, you don't. I don't enter when candles are all red. Always, like, people are like, people will see me entering when the market's dropping for buys, and like, why are you entering? And it's like, because I'm buying low when the market's dropping. Yeah, if you got in, someone got in at 84. They wrote in the chat. Damn, 784. That would be a fire pip and dip, to be honest. Depending on the lot size, actually. And like your count percentage. I'm in profit. Wish I got 84. Got 81. Close to 82. Like like 81.78. So that's pretty. It's close to 82. You got 84. Someone in chat wrote they got 84. Yeah, I mean, it's what you're planning with the trade. Like, if you enter a trade and it drops a quick 60 pips, you can always exit it. Use that profit that you just made as risk. Try to find a different entry in the near time. But maybe 2660 gets retraced if the market dumps to 15 minute, 5 minute could push up. Look at break and retest here happening on the 5 and 15. Little break and retest. See, the bulls aren't giving up. as of yet. For this to stay bearish, it would need to react in here, like hold this high. But if you, like some of you guys maybe have been on multiple streams with me or watched some videos on YouTube in the past, we'll be dropping a YouTube video today, guys. We'll be dropping a YouTube video on the channel today, so if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. But if you're new to the lives as well, check out some of my YouTube videos, because you'll see me talking about familiar topics in some of these videos. Some of the things you're hearing me say today, you'll see in all these videos, here in all these videos. So if you're new and you haven't checked out, or if you haven't watched all these videos yet, check them out, because watching these videos will help you a lot with the live streams. If you watch all these videos, you'll come on these live streams and understand a lot more of the things I'm talking about. So I would check out those videos. I'm going to be dropping a new video today. It's Friday, so I usually like to drop videos on Fridays or Mondays. So we'll be dropping a new video today to end the week off. I don't know which one, but we got a couple loading, couple good ones in the vault, but we'll be dropping a new video today, so stay tuned for that. I'll drop it when I get off this session. Yeah, I'm in small lot too on gold, just in case it goes up, or I'm trying to hold sells for the day. But if you look here on the 4 hour, might have been look at the 4 hour here. It's trading in a previous support on the 4 hour right now. Like that red candle right there. So honestly, it still hasn't broken trend structure so much. Like you need a solid 1 hour close or a solid 4 hour close to do that. Once the 4 hour, maybe if a 4 hour close is bearish, that's you're really confident that it could turn over, or a solid 1 hour close. Just hit almost 75 there, break and re. Yeah, like that was a solid put. That was almost a almost an 80 pip push there. First sign of sellers right there. That's like the first sign of sellers in the market right there for New York. Now you could see they're trading it right into a previous resistance. I'm wondering if this 1 hour close is more bearish, or if you gotta wait and kind of watch the 4 hour to see if the 4 hour gives a bearish close. Exercise discipline. Discipline's key. Mental analysis is very key in the market. We're getting a top wick too on this 4 hour. Like I said, my plan is to hold for the day. Maybe it dumps to 27.60 and we get those Friday sells. If you've been on gold for more than like a year or two, you probably know what I'm talking about. When the whole week goes up or the whole week goes down, and you get buys at the end of the week. The whole week goes up, you get sells at the end of the week. Some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. And there's been days where it could do 400 pips. The reason I'll act like this on the weekly flow cycle is because there's days I've 400 pip drops, 300 pip drops, 500 pip drops on gold. Like $50, $60 movements can happen on Fridays on gold when it comes to the weekly flow. Watch the E-cabs. One day will be, you guys are the first pioneers here in the E-cab streams. Who's been here all week? Who's new? I'm looking at the chat here. I have the chat on my monitor. I got the pip and dip tool on the other monitor. I got two monitors here. One because I'm streaming. I don't need, like usually all you need is one monitor if you're a trader. I got two because I'm streaming and I have a chart on the other one. Pip and dip. Pip and dip's like been my bread and butter for the last 5-6 years. Just at the right time and the right discipline. Who's been here all week? Who's been here all week? Yeah, we're getting a good, if this candle could flip, maybe we got a top. Look at the wick at the top. Hopefully news doesn't pump price up. Hopefully it sticks with this current momentum, but there's a top wick forming. Looks nice. Fair value gap on that imbalance. You got an imbalance here, right? So an imbalance is just a very fast price movement, like one large candle that moves really fast away from price. in between two smaller candlesticks that usually has like no wick on it. So you can see this big gap. That's where we have an imbalance in the market. Maybe it comes back down to there, even fills that more. 50% would be, you know, I'm pretty good at using my eye for it. 50% would be like right here. Let's go. You gotta risk it sometimes for the biscuit, guys. Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit, fam. Scared money don't make money. Scared money don't make money. I'm just a robot. I got rhino skin. You could close before news because, you know, news is coming out. If you're up, like some of you guys are at 84, so you're almost up like 80 pips. So it's up to you at this point. Break even, pip and dip. You could pip and dip it or try to hold on for the news and see if news gives us a dump back into that fair value gap more. I already tried to rebalance it a little bit. So you tried to rebalance that fair value gap a little bit. Smash the like button. Drop some emojis in the chat if you just made some profit there. Drop some emoji. Drop number one. Drop some ones. Let's smash the chat. Let's get the chat going. Smash that chat. No, I'm not with IM anymore. I left 3 weeks ago. For those asking, everyone asks every stream. I thought it was obvious by now. Every day I'm getting asked the same question. I thought by now it would have been obvious. No, I left. I'm not really into the whole MLM stuff anymore. I'm into trading and educating, but you know, I just want to do it on YouTube for free. Discord community. Lock in on trading more. Gives me a good reason to focus more on trading too. You'll see probably for like February, guys, a lot more YouTube. So like February, we're going to be planning some things. A lot of content coming February. Fire content you'll see loading up. I got a video that I'm going to drop today on the YouTube when I log off today. I don't know when. I'll probably be off in an hour or two, maybe an hour we're on. Probably still for another hour. Maybe an hour max. We'll see how the news goes. See if gold dumps on the news and if we could take profit. But yeah, looking good so far. You could keep it at break even, or you could close partials too, guys. Like, it's up to you. Like at this point, I was explaining this last night. At this point, the trade's in profit. You have multiple decisions you can make at a point like this where you have a trade in profit. One, break even. So let's talk about like, because in trading, you want to make decisions that take away the emotion for you. So what did I do today? You guys saw at the beginning of the session, I withdrew my account, right? Because that one takes away the emotion for this trade for me. I left an amount in the account that I'm willing to risk, take away the emotion, 500 bucks. If I make 500 bucks today, I'll be happy, right? I'll be okay. If I make 350, 500, like I don't care. Like, you know, the job's done for the week. I'm taking the trade. Maybe it dumps today and I make 2,000, not 2,000, maybe a bit more than 500, right? Maybe I make a couple hundred. We'll see. But at this point in a trade like this, because I see some people are at 83, 84, that's up here. Like you're at the wick. So you could be break even. You could close partials, right? And keep the same entry. Close partials 50% of your trade. 80% of your trade if you're more wanting to get the maximum of what you're in profit. Break even is the mindset right now, like not letting a winning trade turn into a losing trade. So not letting a winner turn into loser. So at this point, like you maybe want to have that mindset too if you're in profit. That's where partial taking can come in handy. If you take partials and it does come back to your entry, maybe you took 20% partials, 50% partials. I think every trader has a number where some might be, I want to lock more profit in case it pulls back. Whatever decision you make at a point like this, you want to make a decision that takes away the emotion for you. For you. You personally. Not me. The decision I make is going to take away the emotion for me. And I might be like, screw the 500 bucks. Like, let's see if it dumps today. Because that's my attitude towards trading, right? Because I have that type of, let's say, characteristic, behavior, personality. I'm more of a risky person in general life. I'm more of a riskier individual, right? So like maybe when you're a new trader, it's building up to that point where you become more risky, right? But you want to make decisions overall that could take away the emotion. One decision could be close full trade. You could close the full trade, call it a day, go ride your bike, go to the gym, go make some food. You could close the full trade. And that could be a decision that just takes away the most emotion for you. And you're just like, okay, I'm good. I made profit. Over time, you get better at doing this. You build more discipline. If you go to the gym and you work out enough, you start to build calluses on your hand, right? You start to build those calluses on your hand right here. I have some, right? So if you go to the gym enough, you start to build these calluses on your hand, right? What you got to do in trading is build the calluses in your brain, right? You want to build the calluses in your brain. You want to be a mentally strong person, thick-skinned, right? Repetition and applying stuff will get you there. Taking on risk, that's what you're doing. You got to take on risk. And you sometimes got to not be scared. They say scared money don't make money, right? You can always make decisions when you're in a trade, especially for those of you guys who've been pipping and dipping with me for the last 3 weeks. One day I'll show you guys the pip and dip strategy. One day I'll show you. One day. You guys are kind of learning a gist of some things, but yeah, just stay plugged in, fam. Smash the like button. Yeah, we're in profit now. Some of you guys are up 100 pips. $10 move right there for some of you guys. $9 move, $8 move for some of you guys. Maybe it's gonna be $200. Maybe it's gonna be a $20 move. Let's go, come on. That's why I'd say you gotta treat trading like a job and just show up. If I was here Monday, I didn't stream Monday. I slept in Monday, and because I was up for 48 hours trading Trump coin, I flipped 30 Solana into 116 Solana on Trump coin. Well, meme folios are looking good right now. You want to see the meme folio? The meme folio's up. This is a meme folio right now. Haha, yes, bonk, dog with hat. I have more. So dog with hat, I have more on Ledger. Dog with hat would be actually the biggest one. I actually have triple that amount. Like I have double. I have 15,000 in dog with hat. I have 10,000 dog with hat coins. So dog with hat is bigger than bonk and haha yes put together. So that's the meme folio is looking good right now. I'm holding some Trump coin still. I told you guys, I'm still holding some Trump coin just for the run, but I sold most of it. I made 116 Solana. Well, I got to 116 Solana. I made like 80 Solana. I look at it like now I still have some Trump coins. So if you were to add on, damn, my Trump coin's down compared to these ones. Maybe Trump goes up today. We'll see. But I do still have some Trump coin. So my meme folio is these coins. Mega. I'm still holding Mega. I'm just gonna ride it out. YOLO play. That's the meme folio. But I also got Trump, official Trump. But understand, I'll tell you what I did with official Trump. So I'm holding the remainder of what I sold with official Trump. So with Trump, I got in at $8. I literally posted it in the Discord when I saw it. So what I'm just holding on to the rest of my bag that I sold, because I got in at $8 on Trump, and I got out at $68. So I got in when it came out, and I got out at 68. I was kind of cheesed because 30 minutes after I get out, it goes to like $80. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm still holding on to. Let's say I sold like 90% of my coins. And I got like a remainder that I'm still just going to hold on and see what it does. But my main meme folio, I call it the meme folio. Maybe this can flip to 6 figures this year. I think so. You guys will see this. I'm going to hold this year. And you guys are going to see maybe what it gets to. We'll see. We're going to hold this for 2 months, 3 months, or the year and see. Maybe it flips to like, maybe it 10x's. Maybe it, who knows. Let's see. The meme folio. You guys will see maybe what the meme folio does this year. So you see it now. We'll see maybe where it is in a couple months. That might be interesting. Where ECAB's meme folio is. The ECAB's meme folio. Maybe she's up. Gold sells though. Pip and dip. Nice day today, guys, to pip and dip it if you want. News is coming out in like 10 minutes. So it could impact the price up or down. If you're maybe close some partials and if it pulls back, we could reevaluate the setup. Break even if anything, but there's always decisions you can make. You know me, I'm holding for the day. So it looks like, yeah, we caught a good, some of you guys caught a good entry. Looks like Bitcoin's dropping. Before we finish, we'll go over a little Bitcoin analysis and Ethereum. It looks like Ethereum's trying to come back and it's starting to wake up. Before we finish today, we'll see where the market's at. But yeah, like looks like we might be starting a retracement, hopefully today. Good sells. That's what I do. I pick off tops and I pick off bottoms. Do I have anything to say about NFTs? Obviously the utility behind them is amazing, right? The utility behind NFTs is amazing. A lot of them are not great. I have a few. I can tell you which ones I have. Where's their phone? There's 3 phones here. One of them has it. NFTs, like, I was able to snipe a mutant apes way back. Like, I sold an NFT for 40 Ethereum once. Mutant apes. I made like 100. I made money on NFTs. Even though I made money on them, I'm kind of like not huge into them. Like, I made money off of mutant apes. I have a mutant ape, but I look at it like just kind of like a save. Like, unless you have a lot of Ethereum, like apes aren't like I have mutant apes. Like I have this guy. I just got offered like, yeah, the floor price is like 2.4 ETH. I have a mutant ape, but like it's just for me, like kind of like somewhere to hold some ETH. Sometimes it bounces. Sometimes the floor price is up, but ETH is down, and you have more ETH. Or sometimes ETH is up and the floor price, like you can get moments like that. I'm not really big in NFTs. The only NFTs I have is CloneX, Mutant Ape. I'm not really big into it, to be honest, anymore. I'd rather just stack my Bitcoin. Maybe tokens around NFTs, like tokens around them. Could be like some tokens around their Sandbox, Mana, those things. ICP has a big ecosystem, and they even have NFT ecosystem, I think, so. They have good utility, but if you're looking at like, I think those come like where you'll see NFTs really gain a lot of attention again is probably at the end of the cycle, right? Otherwise, you're holding on, unless you have a lot of Ethereum and a very specific NFT that always the floor goes up to like 1, 2, 3 Ethereum, and you're holding a lot of Ethereum and the floor always rises, like it's different. I think the end of the cycle, you'll see NFTs perform. Like that's where they'll gain a lot of attention again, is like when you come to the end of the bull run, end of the cycle more. But I'm not really big into them anymore. Utility's there's utility. But Wizards of Ore, I think I heard of that. I don't know much about it. Only like gaming stuff I have is IMX. So I have IMX. Only gaming I have is IMX. So I got, like, if you're looking at gaming, maybe in that same narrative, Web3 gaming, NFT. I got IMX, so Immutable X. ILV. Oh no, that's not ILV. Imagine some like random ass website just when it pulls up. So only like gaming tokens and stuff I'm into and hold is ILV. This is a game I think this is a play to earn game. Looks pretty cool. Like graphics. Some of these games actually have sick graphics. Immutable X, IMX. I think there's one more too. Like ICP has a whole ecosystem of stuff. I have ICP. They have a whole ecosystem of gaming, AI, NFT. Like, only thing for me are like those. Like, what else? I might have one more. I think that and Gala. If you know Gala Games, Gala Music, Gala Crypto, Gala Games, Gala Music. If you know what Gala is. So only the coins I have in that narrative more. Gala, you know, there's Gala Music. So like the Gala Crypto, there's some, maybe something there in that narrative. So I try to get in a lot of ecosystems for crypto. Like I have some memes, I have some Web3 gaming tokens. Like I try to get that in case they run, right? Because they could still be way ahead of their time. Like play to earn gaming. Play to earn could be way ahead of its time, right? Still, like Polkadot, like even if you look into Polkadot and what it does and staking and stuff, that could be still way ahead of its time, right? But like Gala has their music, Gala Music, ILV, IMX, like that ecosystem. I have some tokens maybe that fall into that category. I used to have a coin called Sandbox, but I got rid of it and swapped it out with the old, in with the new. So that's really about it. Maybe for that, what else? ILV, maybe IMX. Like I said, ILV, IMX. Let me see if I'm missing one. Maybe I might. I don't think I'm missing one. I just got Gala. Yeah, Gala was the one I was missing. Yeah, for me, that's really about it. And that kind of ecosystem, I would say, or narrative, right? You obviously have your different ecosystems and narrative. You literally have an ecosystem on dogs, right? Ski Mask dog. I don't know if you guys. There's a new dog on base that's getting a lot of attention called Ski Mask dog. I got this really early. I sold it. I bought this down here. Crazy. I bought this down here. Before a U.S. senator bought it. A U.S. senator put like $30,000 into this coin. Like animals. That's a narrative. Animals have their narrative. You got dogs and cats. And now the new emerging hedgehog, Rizzo the hedgehog. I've told you guys about Rizzo, the new emerging hedgehog, Rizzo. Rizzo Bonk's getting a lot of attention. Let's make memes great again. Make memes great again because Trump rugged them. But I think he added Trump launched a meme coin. I'm happy he launched a meme coin, not a real token. Because let's say they launched a real token that had utility and was supposed to do this, and this, and it never did that. It was promised. What if they launched a token that they had all these no, they just launched a meme coin. A meme coin is not supposed to do anything. Look at Dogecoin, right? So it's honestly better they launched a meme coin and not a coin that has like a real utility purpose, to be honest. Because what if they did and it failed? That's what I thought. That would suck, right? So they launched some meme coins. Meme coins. They're meant to just be fun, and you can make money on memes, right? But it's kind of better that. Yeah. See, there goes gold. Back up. Some. It's trying to find maybe some resistance. A little bit back up. So my pip and dips are always clean. Well, a little bit back up. News is coming out. Maybe news drops it. News takes it up. Brace yourself. If news takes it up, then we know sells are probably coming end of London session, and pretty much what it's done all for the last 4 weeks will happen again. Imagine if they launched like a real token that's supposed to have some utility, work like this, and it just failed miserably. That would do worse to crypto That would do worse to crypto than them launching a meme coin. And a meme coin is just, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin holding 100K, holding our zone still. And we got a big weekend ahead. Ethereum's waking up. Finally, Ethereum 3,400. Let's go. Waking up a little stronger today going into the weekend. We need Ethereum to just close above like 34, 3,500 strong enough. Ethereum's starting to look better. Ethereum spent the last, what, like 80 days above 3,000. So yeah, Ethereum hasn't gone up, but it's built a lot of demand. So one thing you guys got to understand that you might not is that, yeah, Ethereum hasn't been performing well, but if you look at how many days it has spent above 3,000, that is very important. It's spent about 80 days now above a psychological price. So it shows us that there's a lot of demand, probably a lot of accumulation here at this $3,000 level. Ethereum to 4,000 soon. Bitcoin new all-time high soon. Very, very soon. Gold news about to come out. That might spike gold up. Let's see. Looks like gold's flipping back up. That's why pip and dips are always good. Hopefully this continues our direction. And 30 seconds. Bottom wick being made. Does it dump or pump? We got a nice reaction there. Like I said, partials. I was explaining when it was like at the lowest. Partials can be good to take at points. When you're in a trade, you can always still manage a position. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's pumping up from the looks of it. It came back literally 2780. Might go like, again, another zone. This zone just worked short term, maybe temporarily there, that reaction we got. If it wants to go, if it goes up today, the next zone would be 2790 or 2800. If it doesn't really hold, kind of where price is now, like we've been talking, probably the next zone 2790 or even 2800 for gold. All right, so you can still even keep an eye on that if it goes up later today. Not a crazy news reaction, but there's another news at 10. So yeah, you could see, like, if you're in gold, you could break even, close it. I would close the position. Let the market do its thing for a bit. See if it goes up for 30 minutes or an hour. Yeah, you could break even, close, partials, small loss maybe, depending on your entry. I would close that. Close it, maybe reevaluate if re-entry is good soon. It could still go up. What are we getting right now? Are we getting any reversal here? Any reversal signs? Nothing crazy, not a crazy. There's another news at 10. Bearish on the 4 hour. I wouldn't say so much yet. I mean, some of these candles a bit before were weaker. I wouldn't call that a bearish candle yet. Like if you're looking at that candle like it's bearish, you're maybe looking at it wrong. You're looking at the color and not indicating, okay, there's a bottom wick here and it's a small body. The color doesn't mean it's bearish. It's the size, it's what's going on. There's a bottom wick and a small body on it. Yeah, guys, like you had profit there. Like I was saying, when we were in profit, a lot of decisions you can make. You could take partials. You could take partials, close full, break even. You can keep an eye on price. Like if it holds 2780, like we're at 2780 right now. It's not so bearish on the 4 hour. This body needs to come down. Then it is a bit more bearish. What did the dollar do? Did the dollar go up or down? Yeah, the dollar needs to dollar's at a lower low. If dollar can retrace, gold will go down. That'll send gold down more. So pretty much levels to keep an eye on for the morning, guys, are where we're at right now. 2780. Pretty much where we were before, 2780, 2785. We pushed into profit there. Nice pullback. Like, you guys should have been up. Some of you guys are up almost 100 pips there. Some of you guys more or less. 2780, same thing. Pretty much like where price was just rejecting. If it can get that rejection down to, what was I was saying, 2760. If that doesn't hold, 2790 or 2800 would be the next zone, like we're reacting right now. A bit higher up. Target? What's a target? 2760 if you're trying to hold for the day. Potentially 2760 if you're trying to hold gold for the day. Which is from current price, how many, like 180 pips? That would be almost 200 pips actually. That would be target if you're trying to hold for a day, or if you close break even, or if you're trying to get like a small loss, like something out of it. There's many decisions you could make because everybody has different. I'm seeing 84 in the chat, 83 in the chat. I'm seeing someone in at 80, someone at 81. There's different entries, so like some of you guys are in different situations right now. If you're in at 84, you're kind of chilling, like, okay, you're up like some pips there, right? Some of you guys have different entries I'm seeing in the chat. But if you're trying to hold for the day, see this imbalance, half of it, or at maximum 2760. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's a Friday reversal. It's tricky. Friday reversals happen when the market goes like one direction for the whole week, pretty like pip and dip. It's trying to maybe find some sell volume. It's rejecting a bit. 4 hour, yeah, the 4 hours kind of bearish here with the wick, depending on how this body turns. Like if it turns red, if it closes red, that's more bearish. This 4 hour, let's see it right now. It's getting more bearish now, yeah. Because the body, like if this 4 hour can close bearish, then I'm way more confident that this will drop on the next 4 hour. If this 4 hour, like, because I like, you got forex.com and Oanda here. So see on this one, there's a top wick being formed. Top wicks are good for reversals. It's like shooting star pin bar. If this were to close bearish, then again, another good indication that price could roll over. But I would target 2760 potentially. I'm going to hold my trade and just not even look at the chart. I'm going to play COD for an hour and see where we're at in like an hour. And try to hold it down to 2760 for the day and see how we react. Maybe end of the week sells are still holding, you know. 4 hour bearish closes are a good indication that we could drop. Is silver dropping? Look at silver. See silver? Silver is dropping. Damn. Silver just dropped like 300 pips. Silver just dumped. Silver just dumped. Damn. Maybe gold can dump like that. Maybe that's... Silver just dumped, yo. Look at the candle on silver. Silver just dumped. Damn. Because it's silver. They correlate, but it's silver. Like silver can give you clues. There can be inverse correlation sometimes. Gold's trading at this support here to the left. It needs to like really break successfully under 2780. Silver just dumped. If gold can do that, damn, we should have sold gold. I mean, we should have sold silver. We'd be up heavy right now. If we sold silver, interesting. Maybe gold brings that. That's big. Look at silver, guys. Go on your chart and look at silver. Go on your damn, look at this thing. Yeah, Yeah, silver just dumped. Look at that. Oh wow, yeah, look at that 1 hour. Silver just made a 300 pip move down. Maybe gold's warming up for that. We got news in 7 minutes. I'll be back in like 30 seconds, a minute. We'll stay on for news, guys, but probably like 15 minutes after news, we'll wrap it up. I gotta go after 10 a.m. Like 10:30-ish max. Yeah, silver dump, but I'll be back in a couple minutes. Let me turn some music on. Gold to drop like silver. Look at silver's last hour. Holy. Is it trying to find a buy? Is that why? Like, gold tried, but look at gold hit this. Right there, little reaction there. Off of like 75. Around 75. Kind of looking like a shooting star forming, almost. If you caught it, drop some screenshots in the chat. If you caught the sells in the Discord chat, I'd like to see. Maybe some of you guys caught some pip and dips. Yeah, that's a solid. Someone, yeah, that's solid. And yeah, see 2 entries, one at 82, one at 83. It's nice. Yeah, silver dump, gold not dumping yet. Yeah, crazy move that silver just did. It's like still dropping. I don't know if that's a buy the dip scenario and gold holds its momentum, or gold like usually like if I don't trade silver, but I'll look at it, and a lot of times silver can move first or vice versa. Like it can give you like clues. Like you can look at silver and be like here silver was at a support and gold was already trading up, so it was like, oh, silver's at a support, it's probably gonna go up from here, so that means gold will probably keep going up. Silver is dumping. If it keeps dropping, that means gold. If it keeps dropping, that means gold will more likely correlate to that. If it keeps dropping like this, if it stays like this for the next hour, 2 hours or so, if the 4 hour continues for the morning, gold could catch up to this movement. From my experience, a lot of scenarios where like I'm comparing the two of, it's like, okay, silver's at a support. I'm already in a trade on gold, but silver's trading at a support. Like, let me draw it out to explain. Like, let's say silver's on the left and silver's at like a key support, but like I'm already in a gold buy, and gold's already higher up. It might reinforce me that silver's at this key level of support. It's probably gonna bounce up, so it'll probably take my gold buy up more, something like that. It can reinforce some correlation at times. Like, the sucky part about that is if silver's a buy the dip, then gold keeps its strength. But like seeing this, it's like a huge dump just happened on silver. Maybe with our bias for today, maybe gold can hold that on this 4 hour. It's probably waiting for the news to release in 1 minute. That's crazy. Why we should have traded silver. Yeah, silver's dumped before news, coming back. Yeah, see, silver's coming back. Like, notice how I squared that area up here? Silver's just dumped down to like a zone where it might be a buy the dip situation if news doesn't go our way. It's crazy how that just happened. Because silver's still a lot lower than where gold is, even on like the weekly chart. Silver's still technically a lot lower than kind of where gold is trading, how much it's moved. That's a big draw. Maybe gold will do that. We'll see today. News isn't being so impactful. That 4 hour has a wick on it, so shows some rejection there. If we see silver dropping more, then the price will, gold will pick up. Like, if this thing can keep dropping the way it is, that's a pretty crazy dump. Usually when I see silver dump like that, gold kind of has the same movement, maybe similar. Might be a swing for the day, guys. Might not, get that silver movement. Not getting that movement like silver, but it might be a swing for the day. Maybe we get that silver impact at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer. Let me check out the chat. Discord links in the chat, guys. I think I put it. I'll have to put it again if you missed it there. Pinned in the chat. Discord link if you want to join the Discord community. It's free to the public, anyone in the world. All week, man. Well, heavy trades are, I'm risking $500 on this trade, so whatever heavy is to you, I usually risk. Depends on how I'm feeling through the day. Some days I might risk 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K. Depends on how the week goes too. I'm up on the week. I only entered like a couple point ones, so I put a first 0.1 and then I put a second. So I put more than one entry. So right now, realistically, my stop loss would be like right here. Close to 2,800 right now. That's where right now, if it hits 2,800, I'd get close to losing margin this area. Like around 2,795, 2,800 with my entries. You see? 0.8, yeah. Yeah, for me, if it goes 2,795, that's it for me for the day. But 2,760 potential target for the day if we hold bearish. It's a good target. Can we drop like silver did? Silver just dumped. Look at silver's daily. Silver. Huh. What's US 30 doing? dropping today more, finding a pullback. US 30 pulling back today. Even like indices, SPX, it's higher. Silver's low. Maybe that's a buy. Well, I don't know if that's a buy the dip scenario. Because if you look, there's a volume rate there, that green zone. Huge imbalance. Candle just came out. And look here. Yeah, gold. It's trying. This is the most bearish we've seen. But you see some support there around 75. We pushed in a nice profit there in the beginning. Chilling. Yeah, you'd have to really see how the 4 hour holds out, because there's still 2 hours and 55 minutes on it. On this one. And then this new 4 hour just opened, 3 hours. So you really have to just see how the 4 hour holds out, if it can stick and stay on the 4 hour. Because it doesn't look bad. We're obviously higher up. We're selling high at resistance. If you're still trying to hold the trade out for the day, I have to see if the 4 hours just stick, if we can get more bearishness coming in. This one looks like a pin bar. Surprised it's not labeled as one. Yeah, 1 hour is kind of sketch here. If you look at the 1 hour, we're still holding somewhat trend here. That's why the 4 hour would really have to flip. Now we're currently like, if you look at the 1 hour, it's like a zone that we're having a hard time pushing through. So the 4 hour just kind of keeps flipping up and down. You can see this previous resistance here that the market's pressing into. It's looking like it's struggling to push through there. Everything else is pushing up. Dollar index going down more as well. Dollar index is finding some weakness, so we might actually see the market hold this zone, guys. Might be better to get out. Might be better to get out of the sells, because this could flip here on the 1 hour. You might flip up here and hold trend still. Might not be as so much ready yet. Dollar weakening. Yeah, dollar index is dropping too. Like I said at the beginning and last night, this is one of those setups that if you're looking for that sell down, you may have to work with it, right? It may come at a different time or a different day. Like the retracements, we're likely to get a retracement. That's why I said, even if you're not looking for the sells, you have multiple scenarios that you could even prepare for next week with. If we retrace today, it might take more than one attempt to try to really get that sell. Like, that's why pipping and dipping is always good, right? Those pipping and dipping is always good strategy, because when you're seeing a swing, you can always scalp into a swing too. Like, enter a trade, it goes into profit right away. I can always close it and still try to work maybe even around the same setup, around the same idea, if the market is going to hold. No, I'm not gonna buy here, cause we buy on pullbacks. Like, if anything, you would have, if anything, you buy on pullbacks more. You're not gonna buy here, no, right now. So like I said, it looks like it could flip up here and maybe hold trend. Dollar weakness is coming in. Silver dumped, but the silver dump might be a buy the dip scenario. Dollar weakness is coming in more. So gold could flip up here, to be honest. It might be a good idea to get out of those sells like I said moments ago. Silver dumped, but that might be because there's a buy the dip scenario and gold's holding. If you closed, good job. If you didn't, like I said, like I've been saying, it might be a better idea to close here because it could be a flip back up. You'd have to really just watch the 4 hour through the day. We had the first sell attempt there. Some of you guys caught it at like 83, 84, 81. We pushed into profit. Good amount. Good enough that we had opportunity to close. So the question is like how the 4 hour develops over the day. You could wait even, like I said. When you're looking for a sell like this, a swing like this high up, the market will bring that retracement. It's just a matter of like when and where. It could go for multiple attempts as well. You need that 4 hour more of a bearish close. That's what you're gonna need. Remember what I was saying about that 4 hour. This one, it's not so bullish. When you look at this, it depends on how it closes really. You can't always look at a 4 hour and say it's bearish just because of the color of it. You have to kind of watch it for a bit and see the price. Like a small body indicates not as much selling activity. Just because the color doesn't always indicate the direction, right? I mentioned that on one of my videos in my YouTube. And the bottom wick we can see here that formed on this candlestick kind of turns it more into a hammer. Turns it more into possibly a hammer is what it shows right now. It's more of a hammer bullish candlestick at the moment. This is not as bearish as most traders would think it is in the moment. In the moment, you might see red and be like, it's bearish. It can indicate bullish, this candlestick, because so we tried to sell. Sell was tried once. Maybe tried again today. Like it could still hold. We got an attempt there. We got a move there. Dropped like 50, 60 pips. You could have been in profit. At least 50, 60 pips there. Some of you guys were 80, 90, 100 pips in profit there. Right? Sell attempt number one was tried there. It could still hold. Like it's not a bad zone. Maybe we attempt again. If you got out, you may be able to attempt again. Yeah, like invalidation for like the setup. Just because like if you're gonna be in the trade, it could move. Like the market could still move. I would say, like I said, like 94, 95 is where mine is. If that's where I would be stopped out and call it a day. It was around 94, 95. That first sell we attempted. It worked, but didn't stick. So that's the thing. Like you can get in trades and you can be up 50, 60, 70, 80 pips. Some of you guys were up almost 100 pips that caught. If you caught 84, 83, you would have been up 100 pips at one point. 80 to 100 pips. That would have been a $10 move. Some of you guys caught higher, but there's like that's gold too. That's gold for you. That's why with taking trades on gold, if you're someone who takes 1 to 2 a day, you can get a lot of trades like this that quickly go into profit and you get out. If you're looking for 1 to 2 trades a day on gold, there could be a lot like that. If you're someone who takes like 2 to 3 trades a week and you enter a trade on gold, usually people who take 2 to 3 trades a week, their plan is to hold the trade until stop loss. so they can get that risk to reward, right? They can get that target because they're not in the market as much. Someone like me who takes 1 to 2 trades a day grabs moves like this every single day, right? So the person who's taking 2 to 3 trades a week, that's looking for that trade that they hold until their stop loss gets hit, this is what happens to them, right? They hold a trade and they go in profit, they go out of profit, they go in profit, and they go out of profit, and they might hit stop loss. Meanwhile, I'm catching that buy, I'm catching that buy. I'm taking the buy, I'm taking the buy. I'm catching the pip, I'm catching the pip and dip. Maybe I'm scalping into the swing, right? Meanwhile, me, I'm catching the move. The trader who takes like maybe 2 trades a week is looking for that bigger swing. But in the time that a trader like that is holding that position, looking for that move down, I've caught 50 pips twice, right? I've caught a quick 30 pip move, a quick 50 pip move in the day. While they're looking for that 100, 200 pip swing, in one day I've caught that move already, right? It could have been right there, boom, a quick, move that adds up. With gold, those types of moves happen. Like I said, it might be better to close your trade because it looks like we're going to be flipping up again here, right? If you got in. I might go to a higher price. 27.90, 27.80 would be the next sells to look for. With gold, it can do that a lot through the day. Like you might be looking at, so like obviously my eyes understand, but there's so much I've said on this session that adds up too. You might be looking at like what we're looking at, like gold could come down to here, right? In the time that like most traders are just sitting there holding that, I've pipped, I've dipped, maybe looking for a re-entry, right? While most traders are just set holding onto that target, and the market could go up, hit their stop loss. Where a lot of times you can get those pip and dips on gold, even when you're aiming for a big swing. You're aiming for, okay, I think the market's gonna dump today, or I'm gonna aim for a 200 pip trade, or I'm gonna target down here. A lot of times you can get a quick 50 pips, 100 pips, and still focus on that same setup. That's the same setup, that same bearish, that same bullish idea, that same target could still be at hand, right? Translate. I got no the translation on here. This is YouTube. No, someone said translation. What? I don't know. YouTube maybe if they do that. I'm not gonna get. I ain't gonna do all that. Damn. So that's one thing. Like, even though price has gone up, it's just time now. It's like a bigger setup is potentially forming to what most of your eyes see. Most of your eyes probably see similar thing my eyes see, right? Most of our eyes probably see the same thing on gold, right? So you got to think, if there's millions of traders probably see the same thing we see, right? Retracement down to here, right? We probably see something similar, like the market could come down or retrace, or come up to here then retrace. So most traders see that. So it's a bigger setup even forming potentially, where it could still retrace down to here, right? It's at a later time, right? You could have, that's why I say, go back. That's why I gave you guys the 4 decisions you could make. Either break even, but we were in profit. 4 decisions you can make at that point. That's why I wrote that, in case it pulled back. I said you could either break even, take partials, 50 to 80%, or close the full trade. You don't always have to hold a trade until stop loss, right? Until it hits your stop loss. That's something I don't always do either. You don't always have to, I'm going to hold it till stop loss because that's my risk. You should place your stop loss and your max risk in a place where it tells you, like, I'm wrong. Usually my stop loss is my re-entry. So just understand, usually for me, my stop loss is usually my re-entry. Because usually my stop loss is placed in a place where I'm wrong if the market goes here. Not, I need to get a risk to reward of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. No, if the market goes here, I'm wrong. And this is what I'm going to risk in this place if I'm wrong. I'm looking to make money more than focus on like bigger risk to reward. So my stop loss is usually my re-entry. Because usually if I'm wrong, that means I'm liquidity. If I'm wrong, it's usually I was liquidity and I was too early. So my stop loss is usually my re-entry. Because usually when I'm wrong, for me, Evan Cabral, I'm not talking about you. You gotta self-evaluate your own trading. Get your own trading journal. Do your own trading journal weekly, right? Just like I have mine. I have my trading journal. I made one. I have my own that I made. If I showed you guys it, you'd be like, damn, I have a trading journal that's made. You gotta evaluate those things for yourself, because usually for me, my stop loss is my re-entry. Because usually when I'm wrong, let's say for Evan Cabral, if I take 10 trades, 7 or 8 of them are right. The ones that are wrong are usually, damn, I should have held that longer, or damn, I was too early. I hit my stop loss, and my stop loss was re-entry. So like I said, it could have flipped there. I hope you guys exit when I said it's a good point to exit your trade there, or your break even, maybe like break even, small loss. That's part of trading. I'm still holding. I'm gonna hold my position for the day. If it comes up, maybe look for re-entries. But I did say right there before, I did say maybe you could get out there, guys. Right? I hope you guys got out quickly, because it's situations like that where you, like the market dropped 100 pips there, $10 move, $11 move. We were all in profit there, right? We could close. Even I could have closed. I'm not getting emotional over the fact that I didn't close, because I made a plan for the day to hold for the day. That was my plan, to hold for the day. That's my plan, but I gave you guys a lot of things you could do in that situation, right? To take away the emotion, right? Because remember I said, if you're break even, that's your emotional, you're doing that to take away the emotion. If you're taking partials, take away the emotion, right? Re-entry, you could wait, guys. You could wait. That was the first attempt. Maybe wait for 2790, 2800. Keep an eye on price action. This doesn't mean I'm overly bearish on gold. I'm just today looking for sells. You saw the first attempt. That was the first sell attempt. I even told you guys when I entered, it went into profit. You guys even got better entries than me. If I were to enter another position, like I'm still holding the trade I'm in. Like look to the left, you can see 2690, 2800 area. I'm still in a sell, right? We were almost up 100 pips there. Some people are up 100 pips on the first attempt. Maybe 2690, 2800, you could keep an eye on that zone. If you're not in a trade or you're waiting on gold for a re-entry. But again, guys, pay attention, because you're going to hear me say stuff next week. You guys are going to hear me come on and be like, remember what I said on Friday, guys? Trade, because these are educational. I'm obviously telling you guys what I'm doing for the day too, what I'm trading, right? Just like I did all week. Every trade I took all week. Gave you guys a few plans that you could do for next week too. Remember that. If price breaks above, there's always going to be that same retracement, right? Because remember, ideally, the reason we're looking for sells is not because we're overly bearish on gold. It's because we want the market to retrace. We want the market to retrace so we can look for buys, just like it's done. So we really want one of these moves to happen, which is maybe setting up for gold, right? Today, going into market open over the weekend. We want one of these moves to happen, ideally, so we can start to look for buys after. Ideally, we want a retracement on gold, so we can start to look for buys. If you look at, again, the last weeks, so what we want, and what you can sit on the sidelines, like that's trading. You can make trading what it is for you. I'm trading how I'm going to trade today, and I've given you guys a lot of different plans and scenarios, right, that you can follow along or not. I've given you guys also scenarios that you can wait for, right? For next week, one of these, which could start today, right? Maybe today going into market open. So ideally, that's what we want on gold, is a retracement, right? We want a retracement on gold. That could happen different ways. That could happen below 2,800 or above 2,800. So I'll actually post this chart in Discord and the Bitcoin one. Maybe not a Bitcoin one, actually. Bitcoin's taking off. We talked about that last night and 3 days ago. Nothing to really update with Bitcoin. That could pump more. As long as it stays above 100K, I think we're good on Bitcoin. And yeah, this might seem aggressive, but there'll be mornings where it's, you know, this strategy plays out like butter, where London bullish, New York bearish, or weekly flow. If you do something 100 times, you get the most of it doing it 100 times. But if you do something once, twice, you're not going to get the most of it, right? So it's really the law of averages and numbers. If there's 52 weeks in the year, right, and the market sets up 100, 150 different times, you only get the most out of those times by taking the setups or the ideas or the concepts, right? You won't get the most out of not taking the setups. But yeah, like I said, it could flip back there into trend, because it looks like it was remember silver, how I said silver's dumping? What if it's a buy the dip scenario on silver? That's why it moved that fast. It was a buy the dip scenario. I gave you guys that advice that you could close your trade, because I was, again, seeing a pullback coming to protect you guys, right? When I was saying here, you guys could probably close your trade. It looks like, you know, it's going to pull back, and then you could probably find a re-entry. Or you can always close a position and take small losses, small profit, and not going to mostly attach to it, and the market could come back higher to where you entered, right? Like some of you guys ran at 84, right? And when it was here, I said you could probably close this, guys. It'd be better to close your trade, right, before it pulled up 70 pips. Just because I'm holding, I'm telling you guys, like, you could close it, right, to protect you guys more. Because you guys saw at the beginning of the session, I just did a 13,000 withdrawal, so I'm good for the week. If I lose this trade, I'm start back up next week. And that's how I trade. Like, that's how I trade. So looks like 2690, 2,800. But I'm in a sell. I'm still in a sell. I told you guys I was placing a sell, and I'm gonna hold it for the day. That's what I'm gonna do. But that doesn't mean that's what you have to do. I told you guys what my plan was for the day, right? Some people caught profit and closed their full position already. Some people took partials, break even. Some people took a small loss. Some people, we caught this move. I was up 70 pips. I could have took profit. I didn't. I could have took profit and re-entered, right? My stop loss is at 27.94. If that gets hit, I'm stopped out for the day. So again, that's my plan, right? If you don't like that plan, what you could wait for, like I told you at the beginning of the session too, is 2790, 2800 area. That would be the next sell zone potentially. You could wait for. Or you're sitting on your hands. It's Friday. You're chilling maybe. You're like me, withdrew for the week, paid yourself already. Job's done for the week. Job's done for the month. Or you're waiting, you're chilling. It's crazy. Everything I said this week's happening. It's flipping crazy. Everything I said happened this week. I said gold's going to go up until Thursday, Friday. Last night I told you guys to watch out for sells. Last night we sold right here and we pip and dipped it. I'm glad a good amount of you guys got out of that sell and pip and dipped it. Well, like right now I'm in sells, but my plan is to hold it for the day and see how price action reacts. If it comes up into here, I won't take another entry. I'll get stopped out. But that would be, if you're not in sells, possibly the next zone where a market could still react. 2790, 2800 would be a key area for gold. Or price staying underneath that. Ideally, if price can stay underneath that, it's better. If we break above it, retracements back to 2790, 2800 zone for continuations. That's pretty much my plan for gold, to see if this sticks. Maybe it dumps, but not looking like it at the moment with the dollar weakness. And with what Trump said yesterday. So we're still, like, I'm still bullish on gold overall, but it doesn't follow my strategy to take buys here so much. What he said yesterday might continue the prices up next week. That's why I want retracements, so I can, bigger retracements, so I can look for buys. If you're scalping 101, the reason I said there's probably a buy there is because I could see here also the 75 level. So if you're scalping gold, it's using every $5 and $10. Like the $5 levels work really well for scalping gold. 27.85, 27.95, 27.75, 27.65. So if you're scalping gold and you're looking for quick in and out entries, kind of like that one, or maybe even like if I saw the market could turn there, you guys might remember. But if you look at the price it was at 75. Could have took buys there, but shied out. 2770, 2775, 2785, so 2690, 2800. Yeah, for the week, this might be my first loss on the week. Yeah, this might be my first loss on the week that I take. Oh well, big. It's not. Every single trade I've taken this week has been a win. All blue, like full blue this week. So this might be the first L for me this week. I've taken probably 3 losses this whole month. 2 or 3, one on Bitcoin too. But I've literally taken 1 loss on gold, and I should have held it. Like I was just getting in early. It was buys. I took 1 loss on gold this month on buys. I've taken some small little like light losses that are like nothing crazy. Like literally like I took a $17 loss, a $90 loss, an 83, 73, but most of my losses were Bitcoin this month. This might be my first loss of the pretty much like week, and then all good. Yeah, so my plan was to pretty much stay on until 30 minutes after the news. What time is it? Yeah, the news is done. Not too much happened there. Still holding gold for the day. That's my plan. Let's see if the market gives me one of those hopeful reversals that it's done before. Yeah, he spoke aggressively how with oil prices, that's why I really want gold to pull back. I was saying last night, like, buys could still happen. We were looking for buys yesterday morning right here. If you held those, congrats to you. We want gold to drop so we can eventually look for buys. Back up. So it's either that happens kind of 2 ways for us. We want gold to give us a drop for a buy. Either 2 ways that kind of happens. And yeah, he spoke aggressively yesterday with oil prices. So we kind of want more like 2 ways gold could drop for those buys to this zone. If we get a pullback to this zone, we could look for buys. Let me remove some of these red lines. There's a few scenarios that we want kind of for buys. Like we want price to drop back to this zone. Or 2790, 2800, hold that area, come back to that same zone. Or if we break above 2790, 2800, pull back to that zone, look for more buys. Like there's a few scenarios here that you could play for next week. That would be a good area to come back to. There is an imbalance there. But yeah, my plan was to stay until 30 minutes after the news, guys, and that's it right now. Nothing much happened so much with the news there. Like, that's how I see gold. I see this kind of like a magnet potentially coming back to. Kind of like a magnet for price. Like we could potentially draw back to there. And that would be a good buy the dip scenario if we could form that retracement back. This chart I'll post. Like, you know, like I'm going to post this chart in Discord with a write-up. I'll post this chart in Discord, but I'm going to wrap it up for the day. This is pretty much where I see gold. Remember, guys, trading is what you make it. You got to be planned, disciplined. We've been here all week, so if this is your first trade of the week, the week's done for most of us. I withdrew beginning of the session. Withdrew already hit my wallet, so I got some crypto moves to make right now. Happy about that. It's been a good week, good month. I hope everybody's had a good month or a good week. We'll be back on next week, all week, starting Monday. I'll post this chart in Discord with a write-up about it. Kind of what I see, the different scenarios that could happen. We're still overall bullish, but we want retracements on gold to get those bullish moves. You don't have to try to sell those retracements. Like I said, before I even entered these sells, I talked about all this stuff, right? Before I even told you guys I was entering sells, I said, you don't have to sell today. You could wait for sells to happen, see where those sells take price, buy the dip scenario. Because of this, right? That's what I said at the beginning, if you remember, because of this situation. I'm someone who takes 1 to 2 trades a day usually. Maybe 1 trade in New York session, 1 trade in London, or Tokyo, New York, London, New York. Like, if I see a situation like this where it's like I understand there could be multiple attempts at what I'm looking for, then I might take the same setup more than once, manage my risk around that. But next week, we're probably looking for buys on gold. Next week, probably looking for buys. Hopefully these sells happen to give us those buys wherever the sells come from. Yeah, I left the company for those that aren't aware. I know every day when I come on, every single day I come on, and I'm getting text messages every day. Bro, you left. I'm like, yeah, 3 weeks ago. Like, what? Since when? I'm like, good week though. I had a great week. I'm happy. Happy I didn't go all in on these sells. That's why I withdraw when I plan, like, to, you know, call the job. I was gonna withdraw yesterday, but I wanted to show you guys today. That's pretty much, yeah, next week we'll probably be looking for more buys on gold though. Next week, it'll probably be one of these scenarios. What you can do in trending mode, so what you can do in moments like this, and I'll go over this on Monday. So be sure to come on Monday. I'll go over more of this on Monday because I'm about to wrap it up for the day, guys. That's pretty much it. So hopefully gold can flip on the 4 hour. That's what we need. I think now that it's 10:30, probably when London session finishes, you'll see the volume switch over. So London session's in about an hour and a half, or London session finishes in about an hour and a half. So in a situation like this, or a market's like this, I'll go over this on Monday more. You can always watch the $5 levels for when it breaks and goes above if the market just keeps trending. You can always use the $5 levels for a situation like this, a market condition like this, to see if it breaks above them, retests, and bounces off of them. Usually in a condition like this, it'll find the $5 levels, and in some cases it can trend and keep breaking them, like break above a $5 level, pull back to it, break above, pull back. That's somewhat part of the strategy, the pip and dip strategy and tool that I have for it. I'm gonna hold out for the day. I'm gonna wrap it up though for the day, guys. Happy Friday. I'll see everybody Monday. Tune in Monday. We have 2 sessions Monday, right? Or do we? Is Monday? Is it Tuesday? We have 2 sessions. Yeah, we have 2 sessions Monday, 2 sessions Tuesday, 2 sessions Wednesday. I know it's not on the schedule, but we'll be live twice on Monday. You'll see the schedule pop up here in a minute for those who are new when I end the stream off. But we'll be back Monday. Be sure to tune in Monday. You'll see the schedule pop up here in a minute. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. We had a great week. It's been a solid month, guys. Like, we've been pretty on point on Monday. We're just warming up. It's been a few years since I've done live trading, so I'm just warming up too. I'm gonna make an account maybe in March that I'll show on live. Like, I'll put like 5 to 10K in an account and I'll trade live with it. But yeah, I'm still at sells. Market's pretty much like a little bit higher than my entry. Maybe I could take a re-entry. I'm gonna hold it. It's been a great month though. Next month should be exciting, especially with crypto. But you'll see the schedule pop up here. That's the schedule. Just added Monday. We usually go live at 8:30 p.m. So instead of 8, just think of 8:30 p.m. That's the schedule that will be live all next week, including Monday.